Okay. Yeah. Well, we're unlisted still. I need to tweet this out on the ECUM account, and then we'll be fine. Fucking. Where is it? Video assets, thumbnails. Okay. And. Alright. Now let us go public.
Disgusting.
Alright, we're live. Hello, people who are currently watching us. How is everyone doing? We're here again with the same group we were 2 weekends ago, plus 10 because 10 abandoned us the other time. To talk about What If, and 10 being the great host that he is, he caught up on everything he needed to, and he watched every single What If episode he had to. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I totally did. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens? What happens in episode 3 of 5, 10? Just curiosity.
Episode 3. That was one where everyone fucking died, right?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm asking you.
That was one where Hank Pym set everything up because Hope was a shield agent and she died or some shit, and like the way everyone died was just made no fucking sense.
I mean, you're right, but you only know that because we told you that. Bottom line is 10 is dumb, and he didn't watch 2 of the episodes.
To be fair, later tonight we did prove my dumbness in a very different way.
Yes. But yeah, so today we're here to talk more about What If and things and stuff. And joining us, we have CV and Shandy again. Say hello, both of you.
Hello.
Hi. I should have actually asked one before the other instead of you both talking over each other, but that's fine.
That would have been the better idea. But too late now, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But how are you doing?
I don't know if it's just me, but you're like lagging really badly for me.
You were lagging really badly for me, so.
And you would lag it for me, Marcus.
Wait, so it's my internet, really? That's not great.
Probably is. Yeah.
That is not optimal. Well, the stream seems to be going fine, so that's good.
Again.
Oh, yeah.
That's lucky for me.
Yeah. The stream is fine.
My internet in theory should be fine. Like, yeah, I do not understand why it's being autism.
Okay, you're speaking more normally now, so that's a good sign.
I mean, yeah, I could just change the region, but Singapore should do fine. Hopefully, it'll be better soon. But anyway, yes, we are here to talk more about What If, and let's see. Since the last stream, 2 episodes of What If came out, right? It was 4 and 5.
Yep.
So I guess we're gonna go from left to right, asking what you guys thought about episode 4. CV, what did you think about episode 4?
I liked episode 4. It was a pretty solid episode. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But no, it was a good episode. It was pretty nice to see a not-tism episode.
That's not really as in depth as I thought you'd go into, but yes, it is. Good.
It was. I mean, I don't know how far you want me to go. It was pretty. I still don't like that it was short. I did feel it was a little rushed, but I mean, it was less rushed than the other ones, and I was able to get more invested in the story this time. So that's about all I'll go for. So yeah.
Yeah. Jeb, what did you think of episode 4, the Doctor Strange episode?
I think I'm the one that's been the most vocal on this one in terms of praising it. For once, the MCU, shock and horror, did time travel pretty sound by the looks of it. Most people get confused assuming a branch timeline should happen, but the reason why it doesn't is because there is no original you to sustain a branch, so you're effectively creating a paradox.
I don't
care. You know what? I don't care that you don't care. I'm still going.
Alright, fair enough.
You know? Like, the time mechanics actually hold from my scrutiny, and I'm quite critical on that. Characterization is good after the crash. Pre-Strange is rushed and a bit off, partially due to episode length. And you know what was good? He actually learned his lesson, and he still got consequences. It's the first MCU product in Phase 4 that I've seen do this. It's a miracle. But yeah, very.
It's pretty crazy.
I'd give that a 7 or 8 out of 10 episode. And
I'd probably agree.
I'm like, this is an anomaly in the Phase 4 stuff. I'm scared.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely an anomaly. But yeah, it's easily the best episode of What If. It actually has like good character work with Doctor Strange. Like I said, after the crash, before he's acting a bit strange, pun intended. But yeah, yeah, I'm hilarious. I know. Thank you. But yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I agree with CV that it was a bit rushed though. There were moments where like, okay, chill. Maybe if this was like a full 50-minute episode or like a film, like an hour and a half, that could have like actually explored fully. But for a 20 to 30-minute episode, it actually explored it pretty well. So just before we move on, because there were 2 super chats by Dominic. One is, hello CV, Jeb, Marcus, Shandy, Tin, and Zod. Hope everyone is having a great day.
Oh,
Hello.
I am.
Yes.
Hello to you as well.
And the
Thank
second
you
one,
for giving us money.
and the second one is, Marcus, clean your room, which I will not, so fuck you. But thanks for the money.
Marcus is too cute to clean
What
his
a
room.
waste of a super chat.
Hey, listen here, we're getting money, shut the fuck up.
We're only in it for the money, guys. Only in it for the money.
I mean, I'm not getting paid a cent, so I can say shut the
I'm
fuck
not
up
getting
all
paid
I
for
want.
this.
Yeah.
Wait, well, we are, so shut up.
You're slave labor.
All right then.
Yeah. So, Shandy, did you watch episode 4 of What If?
I did watch episode 4 of What If.
What did you think of it?
It was okay.
All
It
right.
wasn't the best thing I'd seen, but it was fine.
Yeah. I mean, Phase 4 levels, it's pretty a lot better, than anything else. But
I mean, I'm not at the point yet where I'm willing to lower down my standard and call this thing good in comparison. I'm still going to be like, it's fine.
I mean,
okay.
it's
I don't really understand the magic involved there. Because if this temple is accessible to anyone wielding the stone, I'm willing to bet that the ancient one would have gone there beforehand already, just because. It's like
didn't the ancient one not use the Eye of Agamotto though?
that we see, but she's been alive for centuries, so very likely that she would have used it at some point.
I don't
think
believe
that she would.
The book keeps saying about how the Eye of Agamotto is so dangerous. I don't think she would, considering she wants to protect her Earth. So I think it'd be out of character for her
I
to
don't
just
know.
use it for the fuck of it.
Mm.
Especially to go to a temple to like change time in a way that could fracture it the way it does in this episode, because like Doctor Strange does it because he sees no point, he wants to save Rachel McAdams. What's the fuck's her name? Christine, yeah. He wants to save Christine despite like the universe potentially ending, which is not something the Ancient One I think would ever do. So I don't really find it an issue, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, the thing that she was warning about is that he was trying to stop an absolute. That's the thing that she was concerned about. But if you're just time traveling and you're going back and you're seeing these places and you're learning this magic, I don't see how that really would fracture the timeline.
I mean,
I can
there's a
explain this
different
better.
thing about learning magic and what Strange was doing, which is learning it to destroy, to like to save Christine despite the universe potentially being at risk.
Because the thing about that episode is it wasn't him time traveling that was causing a rift in the timeline. It was the literal act of stopping the.
Yeah, it was creating the paradox, the fact that Christine was being alive, even though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Now, what were you gonna say,
But
Joe?
to be fair, there was a point before that where he was already causing trouble, and that was before he even absorbed Doctor Strange. So I don't really know what's going on there.
What?
Maybe at the time's just going flumpy.
What do you mean? I'm confused.
So you have him studying the dark arts, and then we flash forward in time to regular Strange putting the Eye of Agamotto down, and then he goes outside for a walk, and he notices that the world is like being absorbed into the cartoon realm.
Yeah.
And then the Ancient One sends like a projection forward, and it's like, you need to stop yourself from being an absolute sponge waffle, please, thank you. So I don't know what's going on there, because at that point the other Strange hadn't really changed the timeline yet. He's just fucking around with power, but I don't know. So I don't really know what's going on there.
Jab, do you know how to explain that?
Theoretically, it'd be the converging of the timelines together and things being so time's in flux, but in its current state, it's edging towards close to that state of happening. So you'll start to see the consequences.
Yeah. Then.
It's like
Right.
two timelines crashing together, and you'll feel the effects of that timeline and the other timeline. Boom. And it's in
Gotcha.
flux.
Right. Well, yeah. That sounds like it makes sense to me, to say the least. So Tin, that was one of the episodes you did watch. What did you think of it?
Well, like everyone's been saying, yeah, it's probably the best out of pretty much all Phase 4 at this point.
Shut up.
Like,
Fucking copying us. Fucking cringe.
well, they're right. That's we're supposed to just say the opposite, just be different.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what you usually do anyway.
Alright, well, shit then. Fucking 0 out of 10. Worse than Loki.
There we go. That's better.
But what do you mean it's a 0 out of 10? Are you retarded?
Yeah. It was it's a good episode.
5. That's for sure.
I'm sorry for him. We're just bullying this guy. It's elder abuse.
Tin deserves to be bullied, to be fair. Yeah. Tin wasn't here for the last 2 ECUMs. He deserves it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
The first time was because I was against my will taken to a foreign country where I was in hell.
Foreign country. You went to
Wasn't
Scotland. You're British. Stop being such a faggot. Foreign country. I was taken across the world.
foreign country. United Kingdom, you dumbass.
I mean, yeah, you're not right. I do just live an hour away from the border.
Yes, you really were taken very far away. Either
To be
way,
fair, I was asleep for most of the journey. But to be fair, most
I
of that
don't know
was-
how that changes anything, but
Doesn't
okay.
make you more foreign.
Yeah, I don't. You're asleep for the journey, therefore you still were taken to a foreign country. Okay, Tim.
It has 20 accents up there.
You fall asleep on the bus for 5 minutes from the foreign place.
Tin, you're a genius. So, Zod, what did you
Truly
think of What
brilliant.
If episode 4?
Yeah, well, that's it. Well done. Knew you'd get there eventually.
Fuck you.
Shut up,
well,
I don't care.
Fuck you. It's safe to say that it's the best of the What If episodes, because the others are just complete fucking nonsense. The first one I liked that the only one I liked definitely, because just sort of the character stuff really. The time stuff I'm just not gonna bother trying to say any of that because I'm retarded. It definitely could have done with more time to sort of flesh everything out, but other than that, I think it does well for the time it has.
Yes. Okay. And now,
Yeah.
episode 5 came out this week, and I think everyone loved it
Yeah.
unanimously, right? I know
Yeah.
Jab particularly loved every single thing about it. So,
Yeah,
Yep.
it's my favourite.
yes. So, well, we're gonna have to, yeah. Tin doesn't, yeah. Fuck you, Tin. But we're gonna go from right to left at this point. And Zod, what did you think of
Oh.
episode 5?
Okay. Oh, I'll just go to 5 then. Thanks.
Yes.
But I watched it yesterday, and I'm just not. I'm still not over it. It's just so not good. It's probably the one with one of the best premises out of all of them so far.
Are you retarded?
No, I kind of agree because it's like it is actually an what if as opposed to the other ones where it's just like you're not really utilizing the what if kind of premise properly. But yeah, the execution is shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I hate you.
The premise is alright, but then they explain it and it's just complete fucking nonsense. Just there's nothing that functions in that episode. I don't know what works. Just everything is just terrible.
I liked Scott. I thought he was funny.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what.
Why did you? No, why?
I love dad
Scott was
jokes,
awful.
dude. Scott's hilarious.
Oh, you're
Sorry,
about to have
he is
already
voiced by
said
Paul
that. You're
Rudd,
about to
right?
say sucks cock or some shit. I heard it.
Yes, sure.
You all heard it too.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay.
He is voiced by Paul Rudd in this, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
Sounded like him.
I'm deaf.
Okay,
Don't
sure.
ask.
Oh, that
it
is true.
probably is.
Probably is, yeah. Let me
So, yeah.
check.
Yeah, I liked Scott.
Yeah,
he was
that's the
fun.
best part of the episode. Probably like the best
No.
character as
Yeah.
well.
No, the best part was Bucky getting yeeted about 1,000 miles. That's hilarious.
Oh, next episode is the.
I think the best part.
Next episode.
No, I
is
think the best part was
random one.
Spider-Man
Oh
because
no,
he
yeah,
mentioned Uncle Ben,
Mhm.
and he
Oh,
is my
oh,
Lord
yeah,
and
he was
Savior.
incredible.
He is my
Yeah.
Lord and Savior. So Spider-Man is the best part
Yeah.
of the episode.
He was voiced by.
This version
Paul
of
Rudd.
Spider-Man's wearing the best MCU outfit so far.
True, to be fair.
Yeah,
Which is
but
quite
I
impressive
just really
considering
liked it when he
usually
said Uncle
the
Ben.
costumes in the what if episodes have been pretty shitty. So, at least we have that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I
Tim,
like the designs.
Yes. Yeah, I think the design for like the zombies and everything was pretty neat. Like just on a really
Yeah.
superficial level. 10 fuck you, Shandy. Did you love episode 5?
Episode 5? No, I hated it. I thought it was terrible.
Why? Why would you ever think that?
Really?
Not
How could-
your
10 out
opinion
of
is
10.
wrong.
How could you possibly have a take like that?
That was genuinely one of the worst fucking episodes of this fucking show. Like, oh my goodness.
I
The
mean,
premise
every
is what
episode-
happens if everyone on the planet is retarded at the same time. It's like, oh my god. I still am trying to wrap my head around how Tony Stark, of all people, got bitten by zombies in his almost, I don't know, damage-proof Iron Man suit. It's like, I would understand if he got bitten as Tony Stark without any technology around him, but the fact that he got surrounded by zombies, it's like, okay.
Well, maybe he just
Sure.
had his helmet off. Maybe he just took off that
Well,
helmet
no,
and
that's-
started fighting.
That's not what happened, because in the actual preview, he has his helmet on, so it's like, oh, okay. So you're really gonna stick with this, aren't you?
Maybe
Maybe it
Maybe
happened
it's
off
not zombie
screen.
maybe it's not zombie proof. It just opens up when it sees a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, come bite me,
Yeah, makes
please.
sense.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And then the final stinger of Thanos zombie or zombie Thanos, that annoyed me because it's like at that point he has 5 Infinity Stones, including time. Why the fuck is he a zombie?
What? Stop nitpicking. Not having
It's
this.
like,
It's supposed to be scary. Shut up.
It's comic accurate. Stop it.
What's coming?
Marvel zombies.
It's a what
The fact-
if. It's
No.
an alternate universe.
The fact that it's what
It's,
if, and the fact that it's comic accurate doesn't fill me with confidence because people
not canon,
already
dude.
saw. People already saw this in comic books, and then they were like, you know what? This is fine. I want to see this in an actual cartoon, please. So people were stupid long before the show existed, which is upsetting, but okay.
I mean, you could rework
Well,
the zombie rules
it's
just
my
to make
comics.
it make more sense. But the way they do everything in this episode is just pure insanity. nothing about it makes
Pure
sense.
awesome, you know?
Oh yes,
It's
pure awesome.
It's like just like the comics.
I fucking
It's like
love
the
it when
comics.
Peter's doing a fucking comedic video show to Bruce Banner during the
Yeah, the
apocalypse.
tone of this episode was all over the place. It's like, okay, so you're sitting in the literal zombie apocalypse, you talking about Tony and your aunt and the rest of the Avengers dying, yet you're this fucking goofball, and the logic behind that is, my Uncle Ben once told me that if you aren't smiling when everyone else is dead, then you aren't allowing them to be happy or some shit. I don't
Well, it was
know.
Aunt May, but he says, but my Aunt May used to say that if we don't keep smiling when they, what? That if we don't keep smiling when we can't, then we might as well just be gone, Chew. Which is absurdly dumb.
Which is really fucking stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yo, if you're depressed, you might as well be dead. Thank you, Aunt May.
As someone
Fuck you
someone
for
who
being
has
sad.
as someone who has
Pathetic
very
individual.
depressed
How dare
friends
you
most
feel
of the time,
emotions
it's
to
like,
that?
oh, okay, thank you for that.
Yes.
Sometimes people don't want to smile. Sometimes people just want to, absorb the moment, let it sink in.
Just
I don't care.
be
Fuck
happy.
you. Why are you feeling like that? Just be happy, dude.
Fucking
Pathetic.
smile, you. Fucking smile, you pathetic cunt.
A little generous. Just smile. Just
And-
do it.
and-
Smile.
and May
Enjoy it.
ironically is the if you're depressed, just be happy. Okay.
Also, I refuse to believe that Happy Hogan is alive in the zombie apocalypse. That dude
Blam.
is getting
Blam,
fucking
blam,
turned
blam,
the minute he
blam.
goes to a Subway just to order a sandwich. He's dead.
He had short sleeves, it's fine.
I find it hilarious that Tony dies, but Happy's okay. It's really funny.
Fucking
Jarvis,
Kurt
finish
is
the zombie
okay.
bite.
Fucking Kurt is okay.
Fucking Thanos is a zombie, but Kurt and Happy Hogan are okay.
And Sharon.
Oh yeah, and Sharon. This episode is so
Yeah.
dumb. Like
I
it's-
love the team ups.
Like it's funny because it's like this episode because there's some stuff where it's like it's so bad that we kind of just have to break it down, like in terms of like, oh, we see how poorly everything fits together, which is what we did with Shang-Chi last week. But when you have something like this episode, it's so like evidently bad that I'm just like, I don't think it's necessary to point out the smaller issues because everything is just completely broken 100% of the time. It's insane.
I really liked the stuff with the Vision. I thought the Vision stuff was so awesome.
Oh
yes.
yes.
The
Same
way he
here.
like kept,
What?
kept
He
Wanda
was,
there.
I thought
he
the
was
stuff
feeding
with Vision was
innocent people to
retarded.
Wanda. Shandy, there's this thing called irony, sarcasm. It's pretty neat. Most of us
Oh,
use
sorry.
it.
The way he said that sounded so casual. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
wait,
see-
what?
That's how CV usually says.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't sound very sarcastic when I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I suffer from the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
Vision,
he was
best character.
feeding innocent people to Wanda, and then he kills himself. Ah.
The ball.
This episode is pure comedy. I don't
It
care.
is, yes. Unironically hilarious.
know-
And then,
Also, I
and
just
then
want
for
to
some
say,
reason,
great, sorry.
Sorry.
SK is in the chat. Great.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh,
That
go
guy.
away,
guys,
you
okay.
smell. Have a shower, you actual fucking stink oatmeal.
I just want to say
See,
two
when
things.
I-
Make more
Firstly,
movies. Go
Etano
nitpick something.
sent a super chat saying, "Hello everyone. I hope you all are having a great day." And thank you. And I hope you also are having a great day. And I'm doing pretty good.
I'm not
other
having a
than
great
watching the
day.
episode today.
I'm not having a great day. Fuck you.
Oh fuck.
I,
off, then,
I
CP.
should be sad, but I'm not.
Exactly. But you should. Yeah, you shouldn't be sad. Actually, why would you want to be sad? You might as well die. But
yeah.
the
all
other
deserve to
thing I
die.
want to say is I hope you all like the new GIF I put on screen for the donations. I think it's a pretty neat GIF. It really symbolizes ECUM and what we're all about. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, episode.
Let me see the GIF.
Yeah, you're
trying to
gonna
look
have
for
to
it.
rewind a
I
bit
think I
if
found
you
it.
open the stream to see it. Anyway, the episode 5. My take is I hated it 100%. It's fucking terrible garbage. And apparently, see if you watch the GIF, I'm happy.
I did indeed see the GIF.
Yes, it is. It's pretty neat, right? Doesn't it just scream?
It's
ECUM?
very neat.
Yeah, it's just
It does. the perfect embodiment of what we are.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
But SK calling us bigoted. You're literally black, SK.
um,
Oh yeah, and Dominic sent a
So there
super
you
chat
go.
saying, for
Yeah.
some reason, Happy was armed with the Iron Man hand blaster from Civil War, but he didn't have a gun, which would have been more effective. You know,
Blam,
see, that's the
blam.
Didn't have a gun. Yet Bucky did. What the fuck?
thing.
Blam,
Wait, no,
blam,
didn't she have a pistol?
blam.
I
Blam.
don't think she did because she never pulls it
Blam.
I
out.
don't think she did either.
If she did,
Blam,
she's a
blam.
moron for never putting it on.
Blam.
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 I'm sorry, Happy.
Blam.
Blam. What an amazing one-liner. That episode's so bad. It's insane.
End of the line, Cap.
Yes. I'm sorry, Cap. This is the end.
There's nowhere to run.
There's nowhere to run. I mean,
I did
yeah.
like the way they like framed Zombie Cap. I did like the framing of that, like when he entered.
Oh
That's,
no,
like,
yeah.
the
I
one
think
thing I liked.
Cap's zombie design was probably the coolest. Just visually, but
Yeah, the way they like show his profile and then they show the front. I thought that was
yeah,
pretty
they
cool.
show yeah
like
they
the
show the
reveal.
shield and everything. I thought that was really neat. So yeah, I hate the episode. Not a lot to say specifically. It's just fucking terrible. Cheb, episode 5, your favorite What If episode? Your favorite episode of any TV show in general? If I think I'm correct.
Like
Awesome.
ever, like
Yes.
just in history of television.
Yeah.
It's an
Technically,
absolute
shit.
masterpiece.
Absolute
Unironically,
triumph.
this is an episode I'm going to go back to laugh at how pathetic and shit it is. I know, no matter how pathetic my life is, I will never be these writers that wrote this retarded shit. I could not kill myself over that. Because, my god, when Vision ripped out the Mind Stone, killing himself and dooming everyone to zombie wonder, I could not believe it. And then when Wanda is literally struggling against the Hulk, and I've got people justifying that, I'm like, okay.
It's not like that
We
exact
need-
same
we need-
version of Wanda fucking destroyed Thanos in Endgame.
It's not like that one
Yeah.
destroyed an Infinity Stone. It's not like that one changed the
Well, it's
battle.
not
and
canon.
everything.
It's not canon. Dude. It's not canon. What are you talking about?
She
It's
literally
not canon.
dismantled the Avengers with ease.
It's not. This is an alternate universe. It's not canon. I don't know what you're talking about.
And the only
That
reason
makes sense.
she fights the Hulk is because she chooses to close the distance.
Yes, she's a genius. Strategic
No.
genius.
There's a very good reason for that,
Ridiculous.
and once I find out what it is, I'll let you know. So
Oh, okay,
Nice.
okay. I think it's going to be continued in season 2, and I can't wait to see zombie Thanos and what all the comic book stars gush over as I mock how fucking retarded they are. It's gonna be glorious.
We got another super chat from Etanos, and I think this one is one that we're all 100% in agreement with. He says SK Comics is gay and should go die in a sewer. Worst critic I've
Young?
ever seen. So yeah, I'd say
Oh, yeah.
we're all pretty much in agreement with this one. Yeah,
we are unanimously in agreement there.
yeah, that's pretty neat.
SK Comics is just a poor man's Spidey panels. Fight me.
Yes. Just real quick, because I saw someone in chat say, "Why did Strange leave his cloak at the Sanctum?" He wouldn't have left it. The cloak would have abandoned him. Because like the cloak
Yeah,
has a mind of its
probably.
own. So I thought that was actually fine. That was actually like the bit of continuity that I actually liked. The cloak was actually like abandoning Strange and trying to help people. So that was neat.
Why
Even
wouldn't-
though it just
why-
kind of disappears from screen for a while because the plot needs it to. So.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't
It's
it
fine.
try and slice Strange's head off by choking him?
Because it's
or whatever.
dumb. Unless
Well,
it thought it could,
um,
they could find a cure, which I don't see why the cloak would think it could find a cure. I mean, the cloak could just pretty much kill pretty much every zombie, considering how strong it is. So it's like the only thing
That
that
is
can rip
true.
the cloak is Thanos grabbing it and fucking it up.
I would also just like to bring
Anyway.
some attention to everyone. Thanos in this universe is a zombie, correct?
Yes.
Now he
Which would mean
yes.
that his skin is somehow thick enough to sustain missile fire from Tony Stark as well as, you know, not being instantly sliced in half by Thor's fucking god hammer or god axe, sorry.
Yes.
Yet in this universe, he is weak enough to be bitten apart by humans' teeth.
Yes. See, zombie teeth
Yeah.
is pretty sharp.
Correct.
So it's pretty, yeah.
Vibranium teeth, I don't know.
Zombie
see-
teeth
see-
are canonically confirmed to be stronger than the literal god axe.
Yes.
Because the god axe
Yeah,
could only
Tony's
pierce,
nanotech.
like,
See, the thing is,
yeah, and he's
if Thor had Mjolnir in Infinity War, he would have won because Mjolnir is made by zombie teeth. Stormbreaker isn't. It's made
Yes.
by a dying star, which is like, dude, that's just not strong enough. Zombie teeth, though, is a lot stronger.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
What I don't
And
understand.
Tony should have used zombie stuff for his armor, because remember when he was like fighting Thanos and he like barely made him bleed, because his armor wasn't made of zombie stuff.
Yes.
So he needed zombie insides to make his armor. That would have helped him.
What I don't understand is that Hulk is fine from all those zombies, but not Thanos.
Shut up. Fuck you.
Wait,
Yeah.
so the
And
zombies
also-
would have needed to have got to him after he already had 3 stones, by the way, and he somehow was bitten.
Also, where the fuck is Thor and the Guardians by this point?
Yes.
On holiday.
Fuck you. Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gamora's dead,
Yeah, she would
and
need
Thanos
to
is
be.
a zombie.
Well, I guess
Actually, maybe. I don't know.
Thanos. I suppose Thanos killed them on. No, they couldn't have killed them on Titan because they wouldn't have known that he was going to Titan because they only know that when they intercept the ship with Strange and Tony, but Strange and Tony aren't. Where the fuck are the Guardians?
That's what I mean. Like, what's going on with them?
Certainly, this would reach them by this point.
Perhaps, maybe a little.
Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like that they paired this up with like Infinity War timing. I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
yeah, it's
I just
super
feel like
dumb.
it's too crowded.
It's basically
It's too
because they wanted
crowded.
zombie Thanos, but like this is the worst point you could have done it. Because
Yeah, it's like,
to have a
there's
zombie
too much
apocalypse
going on.
city, the story should be way more like grounded. You can't have these fucking magical beings fucking everything up. Like if I were to set this,
Well-
I'd probably do it before Age of Ultron and after Winter Soldier. It's probably the best place to place it. Before
Honestly,
like
yeah,
Doctor Strange
I
and
would-
shit are
I would
introduced.
probably there.
Yeah.
Or just have it somewhere that nothing's happening. Just do it where nothing is happening. Just make the zombie apocalypse the focus.
Just make it a consequence of too much exposure to the PIM particles.
Yeah.
That could also. Oh yeah, that's right. This comes from the quantum realm. The
Which
disease.
absolutely makes no sense because so there are 2 ways to interpret it. Either Janet got the disease after she had possessed Scott in Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I don't think the writers remembered Ant-Man and the Wasp, which, to be honest, fair enough. But you know, she either got it after she had possessed Scott, or she got it like in the 30 years since she arrived there. If it was after, not only is it like 100% contrived that she just managed to be unlucky to get the disease then, but she would also obviously have been able to like defend herself against like something like that, considering how trained she would be. But considering I think she still had like the Wasp costume, right? So that probably means that she's been a zombie for 30 years, which is like, then she wouldn't have been able to possess Scott, which means they wouldn't have been able to find her. So it's literally impossible for this plot to happen unless it's like a huge contrivance. So, yes.
Yeah, this is why it's better to do like a more minimal decision that affects larger things instead of just doing like a large thing as the consequence, as the cause.
Yes. Yeah. If they had done something
'Cause
like
'cause I'm-
Jeb said, like this something about the PIM particles would be a lot better. Yeah.
Like last episode, the Doctor Strange one, it was like a minimal thing that leads to a larger effect, and it makes more sense that way because a minimal decision, it can go either way.
Pretty much. Oh yeah, it's something somebody in chat said. How come the main Avengers didn't stay in the Quinjet and use the Quinjet minigun to fight off the zombies? Because they're retarded. It's not like Tony has a fucking
Because
armory
we
in
don't
his
trade
fucking
lives.
suit.
We don't trade lives, okay?
We don't trade.
Can I
I
like say my
well, just before
Might
you
be-
do,
Yeah.
Another super chat by Ethanol saying, anyways, I must get going. Here's more money. Y'all have a great day. And thank you. And I hope you also have a great day, Ethan. We will, see you later.
Bye
By the
bye.
way, tattoos are not based.
Tattoos are super
By-
based.
by
Shut the
English.
fuck up,
Shut
CV. Yeah, no, fuck you.
I
No.
am undecided
not.
on tattoos being based or not. I like them, but
No.
to each their own.
You know what? I'm the lone man out once again, and that is
Yes,
fine with me.
that's why nobody likes you. So, Jeb, what are you gonna say?
My biggest pet peeve with this episode, when Peter is explaining the rules, he says explicitly, it's transfer by saliva, wear long sleeves. And what do the characters do? They don't wear long sleeves.
Yes, because it's fun that way.
And
Well, Jib, you have to understand, if Iron Man of all people could be turned into a zombie, then what the fuck is a long sleeve going to do?
I don't
Fair point.
know.
That's fair enough.
I also find it hilarious
Um,
how Wasp just gets like a convenient rip on her armor somehow, and it's like, oh, I guess you're gonna be a zombie now. And she takes so fucking long to turn into a zombie. It's hilarious.
I want
Yet
to go
Sharon
more.
turned basically instantly after Cap birthed her.
Oh, everyone
and so
turned
did
pretty much
Happy.
instantly, but she doesn't because they need, the giant wasp. Which, by the way, giant wasp doesn't make sense, considering the continuity of Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Civil War. She should not be able to become giant wasp. So yeah, that also fucks
She
it up.
shouldn't?
Nope.
I was about to say that ability would have been real useful in the final fight in Avengers Endgame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's designed for Hank specifically.
Yeah, because like in Ant-Man and the Wasp, they say that they've been training only with Scott, and it's only Scott, so, and it's like super dangerous, so obviously Hank wouldn't let that kind of thing be used by Wasp, because, it's his daughter and he wants her to be safe. He wouldn't let her use it if
Sam.
she wasn't, if it wasn't 100% safe, so, yeah, it's just really out of character for Hank, over just kind of, it was perfected, but for some reason, Wasp never used it in Ant-Man and the Wasp or Endgame. Which, by the way, timeline-wise, it's super weird how this film ties into Ant-Man and the Wasp and Infinity War. Like, it makes me really confused how much time was between Ant-Man and the Wasp and Infinity War, especially due to that post-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp where everyone is snapped
Yeah,
away except for Scott.
yeah.
Like, I don't really understand how that makes any fucking sense at all. Oh yeah, and also
Yeah,
the
like,
fact that
according to
Wasp
this-
had a fucking army of flying ants that can just kill the zombies instantly, but she just doesn't use it after that first scene.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I
Yeah.
like that.
And she lets herself turn into a giant zombie instead of killing herself.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
It was so dumb. I was like, dude, she's gonna become a giant zombie. What are you doing? I never understood why she was doing that, but whatever.
I don't know why she doesn't like shrink back before turning into a zombie.
Yeah, I don't either.
I would have.
And yeah,
That
she
would've
could have
been
just,
helpful.
I mean, I don't know. It's
Yeah, she could have done super small and just be like, be less of a inconvenience for them. But no, she's just
No,
gonna stay big.
I don't think being small. No, she probably the best choice to do is fuck up her regulator and not
Ridiculous.
and then just be normal sized, because if she's small, that means she's stronger. So it'd be better.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Are you ready for my favourite question?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
the fuck is Ghost in all this?
Yes. Well, that's
Um,
what I was saying in timeline
Yeah.
wise. Because like Ant-Man and the Wasp ends, and they're like, okay, so we have this flumpy quantum juice that we need to get to save Ghost, right? And that's what they're doing in the post-credit scene, to get the flumpy juice to help Ghost, and if they do that, she's gonna be fine. And then they get snapped away. So that couldn't have been like a lot after the plot of the film ends, because if it was, that means that they just that she would have died, or she would continue being all flumpy, or to fucking stuck in 2 different dimensions, or whatever the fuck it is in Ant-Man and the Wasp. But this film, it takes place right after Janet arrives, and Ghost just it doesn't show up, but you'd think she would, considering everything with Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I guess they just did not get the flumpy juice to try to help her, because the post-credit scene wouldn't have happened because it's before the snap. So I have no clue, honestly. It's super weird timeline-wise.
Yes.
Dominic super chatted saying, "Hey Jeb, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't a rip in a Ant-Man Wasp suit make it impossible for them to shrink and grow? I thought the first film showed without a suit you just turn into goo." Well, the thing is, in theory, yes, from the first film, but the second film contradicts that by like shrinking the cars and everything. Well, even the first film does contradict it by making the ant huge, or the fucking the tank huge. Well, the tank keychain. So it's contradicted in the Ant-Man films itself. So I want to fault it in this episode itself. It's just an issue with the Ant-Man films being retarded. So yeah.
Is there any what if timeline characters more interesting than the current MCU? Doctor Strange in episode 4 is more interesting than anyone from the MCU currently that I can think of.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Especially after
Probably
watching
that's
something
fair.
as
That's
boring
fair.
as Shang-Chi, it's like, oh my god, something refreshing. Characters with actual consequences for their actions. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'd say like, if you don't count Agents of Shield, there really isn't like anyone in the MCU right now that I care about.
I thought we agreed
I
that
mean, the
Agents of
Guardians?
Shield isn't
They're just the
canonized.
Guardians, yeah.
You actual fucking potato.
I mean, I'm okay with it not being
Um,
canon, but if it's not, then we're gonna need to have a talk about some of the continuity with like Age of Ultron, for example.
If I guess you'd have to wait and see if the Daredevil and Spider-Man is the same one. But if it is, regardless of what they do to him, I would say I care about him still.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I definitely if Daredevil turns out to be canon, then yeah. Daredevil definitely. Fisk. Well, Fisk apparently is gonna be in Hawkeye, so yay, I guess.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from Thor and the Guardians,
I don't
Yeah,
really
oh,
like
yeah,
Thor.
Guardians.
I
Yeah,
don't really
Guardians.
like Thor after that scene in
So-
Asgard after in Endgame. That seems really dumb at the end of the film.
So if
Sorry. Shandy?
Go ahead, Shandy.
sorry, I cut out for a second. If Fisk is still alive in the MCU, and he's supposed to be the Kingpin that we all know and love, how the fuck is he still alive after what Hawkeye was doing in Endgame? Or are we to assume that Fisk was one of the people who got snapped?
probably got snapped.
Yeah, I'd say he probably got snapped.
Unless they do what they did in Daredevil Season 1 where he uses the power vacuum.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be it as well. To try to protect himself. The issue is, if he's not snapped and he does use the power vacuum, I think that's probably gonna cause like lots of world building issues because, well, the snap is just really fucking dumb. How it's dealt with, like Endgame, from Endgame.
Do you want to know what else is really dumb? Basically, every single movie that came out after Endgame.
I count
Yeah.
Endgame
Yeah.
as well.
Including Endgame.
Yeah.
Basically, every single movie that came out after
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Guardians Volume 2.
Guardians 2, was just for that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
kinda
no,
where
I
it
haven't
ended.
seen Thor Ragnarok in a while. I don't know how well that holds up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that
It's
film is dumb. I
fine,
wouldn't say
I
it's
guess.
bad. Probably like a 5, something like that. It's 5.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I really like it. I
average.
think the
has good
character work
stuff.
is good, but it has some tisms. I need to rewatch it.
Well, the last time someone
haven't
said the
rewatched it in a
character
while.
work was good in an MCU movie, I was like, no. So,
Yeah, it
I
happens.
understand a thing.
Actually, the
with that
last
shit.
2 times. The last 2 times I watched a movie, 2 movies that are considered to be top tier MCU material that have like really good character moments. And then I walked away thinking to myself that was probably one of the shittest fucking things I've ever seen in this universe. So much so to the point that X-Men 3 The Last Stand is better to me. Yes,
Hey,
a movie that's regularly regarded as one of the worst superhero movies ever made, I think is better than the majority of the MCU. Fight me.
well, yeah, I think I
It might
think
be.
I think the well, you did rewatch Guardians 2 like fairly recently, right? And it held up pretty well. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it did.
So that continues. to be
Guardians
top
2
tier.
is like a 9 going on a 10 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But now, before we get to the main event, last stream we read some comments about my video about the trailer for No Way Home, and someone left a comment talking about it. It's not like a terrible comment. I just think it's interesting to address. And actually, I
Okay.
saw this person in chat earlier today. So, yeah, let me just put this on screen. But who would like to volunteer to read this?
Can I? I like
Sure.
reading.
Sure.
I'm a faggot.
Okay. Sure, Jeff.
Fuck you.
Oh, it's about Shadow Bones. Oh yes.
Our favorite
So-
person. Yes.
so- I know Shadow Bones is dumb, but you can't really throw out a comic book argument because it's like any kind of adaptation. Because that's where the base amount of character consistency is at. And if you remove the elements of the comics, then well, anything's up to grabs. Like taking the character and completely making them not what they are. Because why the hell are you adapting a character from the comics if you're not going to make him like the comic?
Okay, so I have quite a lot to say about this, but I will start by saying
All right.
I hate any kind of adaptation argument, and I think using it to determine quality is really dumb. Because if we're gonna say that why are you adapting it if you're gonna change so much about it, then something like Hill House or Blind Men are bad now. Like The
No, I
Shining.
mean they were
So-
bad just because they had black people in it. Yeah, yoink.
Yeah, that is true, but discounting the black people, it's pretty well written, and it's like it's pretty fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Like Hill House. The characters are like I think pretty much the only thing that is in line with the book is the character names, but the show itself is like really, really fucking good. Like the character writing is phenomenal, and it's just you're gonna say
Sure.
it's bad because it's a bad adaptation. I think that's really not. I think that's really. I don't know if the words disingenuous is right. I think it's just diminutive of the work that Mike Flanagan put into writing the show. And it's like the same thing for comic books. Like the Civil War comic is fucking terrible. The movie
So
does
is
nothing
the
like
movie.
it. Yeah, but the thing is, it's better than the comics. The movie.
Maybe.
I would definitely say it is.
Some people would disagree with you. Some people.
Yeah,
would
but
disagree
people are
with you,
dumb.
But
Point
dumb.
is, the
Yeah, they're
comic,
dumb.
the Civil War comic is terrible. The movie is not like it. The movie's not bad because the comic is it's not like the comic. It's bad because
So
the film is bad. Just simply is.
So Star-Lord in the movies is not like the way he is in the comics. He is not a bad character in the movies. He's a great character in the movies. But if you are going to hold this standard of, why adapt them if you're going to change everything about them, well, you should get ready to criticize Star-Lord.
Well,
because
I
he's
would
not
just
like
like
the
to
comics.
use the Spidey panels line of thinking where apparently if something isn't comic book accurate, it's a problem. Unless he considers it to be an improvement on the character design, and the prime example I'm going to be using here is his standard on the Raimi movies, because apparently the fact that Peter Parker doesn't build his own web shooters is completely fine despite it not being comic book accurate, because it's like, oh, well, it wouldn't be very realistic for Peter Parker in this situation to build his own web shooter. Therefore, him having organic webs and then needing to eat almost 10,000 calories a day to survive is completely fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That is. I have no idea what you just said. Okay.
I completely. I understand
some
100% of
people
what
understand
Shandy said. It's yeah.
No, I understand him, but I can't comprehend the statement. It's too Spidey panels.
Basically, if something isn't comic book accurate, it's fine if you like it. But if you don't like it, then it's fine to criticize.
Yes. And
That makes
also,
sense.
you should watch
agree,
Shandy's
sure.
Spider-Man 1 video because, yeah, he breaks down what he just said about having to ingest however fucking many calories it is to be able to use
Spider-Man
web
2 Part 1.
Oh.
That's the one.
Oh, is that
It's okay.
Is Spider-Man 2? I thought it was the Spider-Man 1 video.
No, it's the Spider-Man 2 Part 1 video where I talk about the calorie intake Spider-Man would need to have in order to survive. Basically,
Okay, well-
day routines.
Yeah. Science is fun.
It's pretty bad. He needs to eat just under what a fully grown horse needs to consume in order to survive. It's ridiculous.
Science is fun.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
Science is fun unless you're a comic book reader, in which case
Yeah.
then you're a nerd. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeb is both, so yes.
I find it ironic that it used to be the comic book nerds that were nerds, and now they're calling science people nerds.
Yeah, it used to be that comic book readers would be the ones that would like overly digest sciencey stuff to make sure that their comic books make sense. And now it's completely reversed because comic books are mainstream and popular, so now it's all the dumbos who are like, "Ew, science, yucky, why are you doing this? It's a comic book, don't think about it, nerd." Like,
Yeah.
Good luck in life if you don't like science.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good luck.
But yeah, I put a link in chat for a watch together, and the last ECUM we did about What If, we covered a video from Full Fat talking about episode 1 of What If, and we disagreed with most of it, but it wasn't the worst video we ever saw. He also criticized the episode a bit, but he also made a video about episode 2, and apparently he loved episode 2.
Oh.
Which
oh no.
yeah, we
Wonderful.
all yeah. We all unanimously love that
Oh my.
episode, every single thing about it, especially the T'Challa Star-Lord.
Yeah.
It's great. So,
Oh yes. Oh, yes.
enter
I
the
wonder if he's
watch
going to be
together.
one of those people who defends Star-Lord being T'Challa, but not Black Panther being Peter. I wonder if he's going to be one of those guys, especially since we're dealing with What If. It's going to be great.
Jeb, are you there?
I'm joining now. I'm gonna write my name.
Okay. Yeah, because you were the only one who didn't join. You were silent for a bit, so I was worried that we had lost you, and you had fallen asleep for the second ECUM in a row.
So hey, don't underestimate
Why
me.
is Soapy
And
in
Fred and
the
Cody.
watch together?
I don't know. Why is he?
It's the best ECUM
This is-
host, Soapy.
Dude, I can't handle this. I need a breather.
Good to know I don't care for response.
Good to
Okay,
know.
So,
Good to know.
are you all ready to start watching this masterpiece of a video? Oh fuck!
No.
All right.
Let's do it.
Full spoilers for the T'Challa episode of What If. I have just learned a terrible truth. I think T'Challa is a Star-Lord. A Star-Lord? What if we didn't recycle
Joke.
an MCU movie beat for beat, and instead used the multiverse concept to tell an interesting story all its own with diverging threads?
That would be episode
not this
4.
episode.
Then we wouldn't get this.
Yeah. then we would get episode 4. The rest, no. Yeah.
Yeah, we would get
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
4, which is actually legitimately good. It's all right.
Yeah.
This is recycled garbage, but it's also terrible.
Yeah. It hits a lot of the same beats as a lot of the films. It just kind of jumbles a lot of the films together, but it's not like the Captain Carter episode, which is just 100% the first Avenger, but with Captain Carter. This is like more than one episode pretty much. What is it?
I just found this. I don't know.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Sorry, I need to show this on the stream. Hold on.
I just found this. I just
30
stumbled
plus
across this.
unbelievable movie mistakes that you never noticed before. Wonder Woman's armpit. Amazing.
I don't. What?
I know. I don't get it. I just saw it. I was like, what?
What's wrong with the armpit? Did you like forget a
I
wax or
don't
something?
know.
No, she did
Wait,
it.
let me
It's-
click the
yes,
link.
whatever.
Oh, okay. I'm clicking the link. I'm seeing like what movie mistakes there are. Oh, Django Unchained, sunglasses.
Bruh. So,
Titanic, Lake
weird.
Wasada.
so anyway,
Braveheart, wearing the kit or a kilt.
Titanic, they all died. That isn't what happened.
yes.
Forrest Gump, Apple stocks.
What? It's not like the film's trying to be accurate though. Forrest Gump is not really all that accurate. Not gonna lie.
Oh, The Dark Knight, spell check, because apparently on one of the newspapers they spelled heist wrong.
Oh no.
I mean, they do that in real life too, so I'm fine
It's
with that.
just a typo. So anyway,
There's
what
a
if?
cameraman
Where's
in Harry
Protectors
Potter.
from here?
What'd you say?
Harry Potter's ruined for life now.
Always has been. What'd you say, Tim?
Lord of the Rings, Gandalf's watch.
I need to rewatch Harry Potter. I haven't seen those movies in ages.
Me
fuck,
too.
I
I don't
don't
really
know.
like those films a lot,
Sure.
so whatever.
Oh, I love them.
Hmm?
Grew up with them as a kid. They're great. They're
Oh, yeah.
fun.
I love the books. and
I
the
love
movies.
Prisoner of Azkaban. The rest I really don't care about.
Yeah, baby. Prisoner of Azkaban superiority.
Yes.
Nerd.
They're all pretty good. Prisoner of Azkaban is pretty unrivaled.
Yes.
I think Goblet of Fire is not good, but yeah.
I need to rewatch the films to really be sure, and I don't really care enough to do that at the moment.
Nerd.
Yeah. Just don't do them. Just
Well,
let-
I have a
let
very
people enjoy
strong
things.
feeling that the Harry Potter films are better written than the majority of the MCU, and I will
Hey,
gladly like to
that's
prove that.
not a high bar,
They
but
are.
probably are. Yeah.
They definitely are. They
Yeah, no,
definitely are.
but in a lot of our circles, that's considered to be a bit of a hot take.
Well, yeah.
So
Oh, really?
Yeah. People are dumb.
even though I would just consider it to be an opinion, and I quite hate the phrase "hot take" at this point, but oh well.
Me too. Yeah.
Prisoner of Azkaban's time travel is like so much better than anything the MCU has done.
Yeah, just a closed loop. It works pretty well. And makes sense
Yeah,
character-wise.
just
It's
keeps
really
on
neat.
going
I
on.
like it.
Yeah, it's like they're like trying to prevent a paradox from taking place. It works really well.
Yes.
Ooh. Well, you
Oh, why
would
is he
have
upside
Captain
down?
Carter,
I don't know.
but you would have this week's episode.
Mm.
What if T'Challa became Star-Lord? I mean, what if...
Why is this
You
video?
would get Shandy very angry. That's what would happen.
I just.
I'm not sure how he would become Star Lord because Star Lord was a name given
By
to
his
given to
mother.
Peter by his mother.
Yeah,
so I don't
it's
know
not like
how
there
he
was a
becomes
huge payoff
Star-Lord.
at the
That's
end
a
of the
good
film.
question.
It's not like there was a huge
I
payoff
don't
at the
even.
end
I
of the film.
don't know
Reed
why
Richards
you wouldn't
letter.
just use the
No.
term T'Challa or like the Black Panther of space or the Space Panther or Star Prince. You know, just
Yeah,
something like
Star
that. Something
Prince,
that he's
yeah.
familiar with.
Or cancer
Hey, if it
patient.
isn't Star Prince.
Oh my god! For fuck's sake, Jeff.
No, I'm not really going to accept that joke. I quite liked. You know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence because I forgot the actor's name. Never mind.
Chadwick Boseman. But I like him as well.
That
Doesn't
one.
mean the joke isn't funny.
I was silent for about
Yeah,
a minute
yeah.
and just went, or cancer patient.
Yes. See, Jeb, this is why you're here. Anyway, back to my original point. What the fuck is this video not 16:9? Why is he doing it in a 2.35 fucking aspect ratio? This
'Cause
cringe.
that's like the new thing. You
To
know?
preserve the director's vision.
He's got a cum face.
It's like everything's just moving towards that now, like screen wise and stuff. So I don't know. I don't like it that much.
Oh, see, Jeb,
But
the
it's
face
whatever.
you have is different than mine. The face I have is just he's confused. He also doesn't understand why his video is at 2.35 by 1.
I will say, Full Fat's got a full fat beard. My man's looking pristine.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I was about to say that.
Man's
He's
got a
got
nice
a
beard.
nice mane. Yeah, he's got a nice one.
Yes.
I like
He's
it.
Beards are overrated.
A
man,
haircut,
man.
not so much. Could use an improvement, but the beard looking spicy.
That's a well groomed mane you got there, full fat.
Yes.
You must get
I wonder
all
if
the
that's
pictures.
actually why he named himself Full Fat. It's because of his beard.
Probably not.
I'd like that to be the lore. If I ever get the chance to ask him, I will ask him. So, did you name yourself Full Fat because of how lusciously gorgeous your beard is?
I mean,
He'll
if
go,
you,
what are you, a faggot?
yeah, if you want to hit on full fat live on stream, man, I'm not gonna be against that, but
No. You see, I don't have to be the homoloids in order to appreciate how good looking a man has to be.
I mean,
I'm confident enough in my sexuality as a dude, bro, to go. You know what, my homie, he looking good. He looking good. Keep it up.
That's something that way even
That's
I'm
what-
not that desperate.
That's what all the gays say.
yes. All
That
the
is
gays say
that is
that.
probably what all the gays say. All the gays say they're. All the gays probably do say they're comfortable in their sexuality. So you're right.
Well,
No,
I wouldn't
Philip
say all the
Schofield took a
gays.
while.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of.
No. All of them. There's no exceptions to this rule.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't like nuance around here on ECUM, so thank you for stopping us from having nuance, Shandy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
I don't. Fuck you.
Sir.
What happened to the MCU Nova Corps anyway? We haven't seen them in Universe in Guardians 1, and I know Thanos supposedly destroyed Xandar for the Power Stone, but they can't all be dead, right? Well, apparently they
Nova
are.
fell.
Well, yeah, that, but pretty much they are dead though, aren't they? From Infinity War when he goes to Xandar, he pretty much destroys.
We don't know
Thanos,
if
doesn't
they're
he?
confirmed to be dead. Thor just said that he ravaged the planet, but I mean, they could still be survivors, especially considering that Thanos is the kind of person that will leave half a population alive.
Yeah, I don't think he would kill all of them. He would just kill the ones he needed to achieve his goal. I do. Yeah.
T'Challa became a Star-Lord. Weird. This episode was much better than last week.
No.
You're a retard.
It
I
I
was.
think
Sorry,
they're equal in
It
terms of
was
shitness.
a bit better, I think, simply because the pacing of the first one is terrible, and the second one it bit better. Not good, but a
Don't
bit better.
defend him.
Marcus, they assassinated Thanos in this episode.
They assassinated every single
It's-
character that was on screen, so.
Yeah, but Thanos is like the important one. I don't really care about the
But
rest.
he heard a good argument, Shandy. That's all that
good
Star-Lord
argument.
needed.
Yeah.
He had a good argument.
The fact that you-
that means genocide.
Turned Thanos into a total gimp this episode just because he heard a good argument hurts my soul.
I know what the good argument was. T'Challa said, if you do this, you're gay. And he's like, I can't be gay.
he used the Family Guy line of reasoning. If you do this, you're gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
I
so
just can't.
you can't fault it.
It's just I really don't like what they did with Thanos. I even saw a defense for it. It was like, oh well, maybe in this universe Thanos was like a little iffy on his planet. I was like, that's not how
What?
it works. That's not
No,
how
it's
tell
not.
you.
And I'm not going to re-explain it
It's
because I
fine.
did that last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally it's the same exact timeline until a different choice happens. So Thanos would be the exact same person. I don't know why. This is hard to grasp.
It's really iffy on that choice, despite explaining the plan 20 times in the very
It's
episode.
like by this point, I don't know if Avengers 2012 has happened by now, but I assume it has.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't know.
It would have.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, he's pretty intent on taking over Earth and doing stuff with the stones. So I don't know why he'd be iffy on like I don't know. Should I conquer this planet? Should I not? I don't know why he'd be like that.
Well, actually, I don't know if it would have, because Nebula wasn't as fucking mechanic as she was in Guardians 1, which means she would have trained under Thanos a lot less, for a lot less time. So maybe T'Challa gave his good argument like before Avengers 2012 happened. So
Well,
I guess the
either
Avengers just
way-
wouldn't exist on Earth as well. which
Well, I
is
mean,
strange.
he's existed in space for. Also, no, it had to have been before Avengers 2012 because this takes place canonically in 2008.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I
it
was gonna
does.
say, like, it says it starts.
Yes,
in
it does because
1988 and
T'Challa
it
gets
says 20 years
kidnapped in 1988,
88. Yeah.
and then 20 years later is
Oh,
the
it
title
says
card.
20
that we see.
years. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's because the Guardian assumes they start in 1988 and it's like 26 years later. But yeah, that's true. Well, then I guess Avengers 2012 never happened. Okay.
Nope. The Avengers do not form. Loki probably doesn't get found by Thanos.
That'd be
Yeah.
actually really interesting if you were to like make a what if. Like, what if Loki never tried to invade Earth and see how different it would be? Because like they
I
were
mean,
really...
didn't we?
Sorry.
we can't do that. That requires effort. That's no.
Yeah, just like
I
going
mean, I'm
through
pretty
the
certain
films
we
of
got
history.
that anyways with Episode 3.
No, that's what they want it to be. It's
Yeah.
not what it is, though. Like, it's like, oh, what if Earth
Episode
didn't
3.
have its mightiest heroes? But it's like, no, that's what if an assassin went on a killing spree. We don't know actually what happened.
What if Hope joined?
Yeah, what if
It's
Hope
like,
had
what if
joined
Hope
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
joined Shield?
Yeah, which is an
And it's
assassination
like the
of Frank Miller.
consequence of that. The consequence of that is that there's no Avengers, but it's like it's a really
Yeah, but we don't really see
misleading
the
title.
aftermath of there not being Avengers, except for that last scene with Loki, which is also dumb because fucking how Captain Marvel would be able to beat Loki in a split second.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
didn't
Which
they
I
kinda,
don't
like,
really like.
of
I
the
don't like
Captain
the fact
Marvel
that one
thing,
superhero can
Asia?
take out entire armies on her own. I don't
mean-
like it when that's the case.
It depends on execution, because like it would, like not that well, Legion kind of does that because David is the most powerful mutant in like the world. But it's like power balancing is done well. But the thing is, I think you should explore what it is to be that powerful instead of just having this person who is completely virtuous for, you know, we don't really know anything about her except, oh, I'm gonna save the world, and she does, and she beats
I
everyone.
think I should have prefaced this by saying an Asgardian army, because if she did this to like human armies, I'd be completely fine with that because human armies suck in this universe. Sorry
Yeah.
to say, but like, yeah, I feel like Asgard as a whole should be a little bit more powerful than just I'll run through you super fast and then you'll all die.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. They should done. Well, she also fucking destroys the Kree in her own film. The Kree are supposedly like really strong, especially if you watch Agents of Shield, the way they talk about Kree and how they're like a warrior race. So yeah, I really don't.
But then, in saying that, I'm probably going to sound like a hypocrite in saying this, but I actually like how powerful Hela is in Thor Ragnarok because her powers make sense.
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
closer she is to Asgard, the more powerful she becomes, and because she's a relic of the most powerful version of Asgard at the time, she would naturally be more powerful than all the Asgardians currently located on that planet.
Yeah, I actually really
Well,
like
it's-
Hela
yeah.
in Ragnarok. I actually think she's pretty underrated.
Yeah.
I think she's like good character and yeah, her powers make sense.
Yep,
I really like
she's
Ragnarok.
naturally shown. I mean, she's shown to be extremely powerful multiple times, so it's makes sense.
Yes.
God bless Hela.
Yes.
Even though the spec wasn't quite up to par, I think the story and characterization was much more interesting, and it struck a chord at the heart of the premise that we were promised.
So
What?
basically he's saying that this, in terms of spectacle, it was better. It was wasn't as good as episode 1. So because he well, basically he thinks that the fights in episode 1 are phenomenal. But he's saying that, you know, character wise, episode 2 is just great. So, you know, yes. I'm not sensing any disagreement. So yes, we all agree with Full Fat at this point, you know. Pretty based.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he's fucking beast.
I think he has the best arguments.
Yeah. He hasn't got into any arguments yet, but yes.
Well, no.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna cover the screen because I don't want copyright.
Also, I don't like the fact that this person, this like watcher of the universe, is asking that question, because the answer is both. It's determined by who you are as a person and your environment. It cannot be either or. It's like,
Well,
that's a really simple thing to say.
I think it was just asking the question, and then the episode was like raising like the point that it's both, because well, obviously it's both. But seeing like which one is more can be more influential depending on how your life goes. Like I think it's neat to explore nature versus nurture, like as a concept. But obviously it's not like a dichotomy that they're not mutually exclusive. They're obviously going to be influenced either way. But yeah, I'm fine with him asking the question at the beginning of the episode because he's like showing the events that happen to basically show like the question being raised and showing that like he's still a good person because of his family and because, you know, who he is just as a person, and he's still Wakandan, but he was raised by like fucking Yondu or whatever. So he's different, which he isn't as different as he should be, but you know. Because, you know, if he was raised by Yondu, he would be like another Star-Lord, but apparently he just becomes the most virtuous person in history of the universe, so.
Yep, which is
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yes.
It's not without its problems, but I found it far more entertaining as an overall package. The spectacle
hated
might
it
not
way
be
more.
quite as fluid and satisfying this time around, but that's because the efforts have been focused on characterization and dialing into what it really means to change the destinies of key MCU favourites. Right from From the off, it's clear that this episode is going to be way more liberal with the alternate reality versions of the cast.
Yeah, which is a big issue with how they change just everyone. It's fucking insane.
Including T'Challa. You guys kind of character assassinated him in this movie. I mean, this episode. Fuck. God damn it.
How exactly would you say he's character assassinated?
So, T'Challa in the previous movies is very focused on tradition and honoring his family and his country. So the fact that he was so willing to up and duck with alien pirates who kidnapped him against his will without even thinking about it made me go, well, hold on a fucking second. Wouldn't you want to clear this up with your fucking king first before you do anything this drastic? No, it'll be fine.
No.
Like, what?
Just no.
He wouldn't.
Like, he doesn't know what these people are, what their agenda is. They could take him to a planet filled with cannibals and just leave him there, and he has to fend for himself the entire time. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know what's beyond his borders. He's an incredibly naive 13-year-old or 11-year-old, however old he is. I mean, goddamn. It's annoying. It's annoying that he didn't think about the consequences of what would happen if he left, when T'Challa in previous films is, really about protecting his family and, consequences of his actions and stuff like that. It really irks me that they didn't think further than 5 minutes ahead of them in this regard.
Yeah, but we gotta get the plot moving, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But the plot's shit.
If the characters didn't do stupid decisions, then we would have no film. Therefore, it is fine. You're nitpicking, Shandy.
If T'Challa didn't do this, he would have been melted.
Yes, he would have been sent to the end of time, to be eaten, to the void at the end of time, to be eaten by a cloud monster. Yes. Good old Luke.
I wouldn't mind seeing T'Challa being eaten by a cloud monster. That'd have been fine.
That would have been funny, yeah.
Well, if you count cancer as that, you're all good.
Oh my god, Jeb. Every time. Really?
It's not my fault he died of cancer.
That is true, yeah.
Just in case people in the chat didn't hear what Jeb said, he said that Chadwick Boseman died from cancer. Just so you are all aware, he won't say it again. Promise.
Jeb making jokes? No, never, no. So anyway,
Well, I died of this cancer in episode, so I know his feeling.
of course. You're saying
Don't know why
something.
you're
So it
laughing.
would have been a pretty funny way to end the episode. T'Challa just dies on the spot from cancer that he didn't know he had.
Very real life accurate. Well done, Marvel.
Yes. It's gonna be Chadwick Boseman's last role anyway, so why not?
Yeah, I thought having Black Star-Lord was going to be bad enough, and then they made it even worse by turning him into a cripple. So it's like, oh, awesome.
I'm just gonna pause because copyright, but I hate this moment.
Copyright.
I hate this moment where, what's his name? Korath.
Korath, yeah, I
Korath,
think
yeah.
that's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate him.
Yeah, he recognizes T'Challa, and it's like, oh, he didn't recognize Star-Lord in the film. See how much better T'Challa is than Star-Lord? Isn't this awesome? Everyone loves Star-Lord, and everyone hates Peter. Even though Peter's like probably one of the best, like top 3 characters in the MCU at this point. So, but whatever.
Yeah,
I
easy.
would. Yeah.
I was gonna say the best, but it's hard. The
Yeah.
Guardians are all pretty great. So
Yeah, it's funny when the top 3 best characters in the MCU are all Guardians characters.
I mean, top
At this
5 are all
point.
Guardians.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, no, it shouldn't be like top 7 if you're including Nebula and Mantis.
Oh yeah. So I guess top 7,
Yeah.
and it's all just the Guardians.
All
yeah.
Then you also have
Guardians
to
are the
include
best
Ego.
characters.
You also have to include Yondu.
Top 10 then. All
So,
characters from the
top
Guardians
10, yeah.
films. I mean, even the fuck, I forgot his name, but played by Stallone. one of the Ravagers. Like he's a better
Ooh.
character than like
Ah.
most characters introduced in the MCU.
He's a better character than Tony from Civil War.
Oh no, Shandy, you can't say that.
I can and I will. Your life is a lie. I see what makes you cheer.
Oh, Olgord.
Ogor. Okay, if you say so. I'm gonna assume you're right, CV. Yes.
Yeah, that's the guy who Sylvester Stallone plays.
Yeah.
His name was like
Oh,
Jakar or something.
Stakar.
Yeah, I thought it was like
Close enough.
Stakar or something shit, yeah.
Yeah,
Hold up.
Stakar Olgord.
Hold up.
Stuck car.
Stallone Guardians.
He's in Guardians 3, so that's a plus.
Yeah,
Yo.
apparently they're gonna do something with the Ravagers, which I really like.
I don't know how many people know this, but Miley Cyrus is actually voice acting in Guardians 2. I wonder if you guys can
Yeah.
figure out which character it is.
I do
Oh,
know.
okay, never mind.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let me just.
I don't know.
Yeah, his name is it's Stakar Ogord. You just got the last name because you're cringe, CV. But yeah, it's Stakar.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so
Who does Miley Cyrus voice?
it's one of the Ravagers. It's the
Yeah, she voices one of Stakar's like crewmates.
yeah. I think is it the? I think it's the like just the one that's just like a head, isn't it? Main.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
called
literally just
mainframe.
like a head.
Yeah, the
It just
character's
says,
called
I miss you
Mainframe.
guys so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I miss you guys so much. Yeah,
Mm,
that's her line.
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because like I think it's really funny these like voice actors because we have like Vin Diesel for Groot. I'm like, this character is played by Vin Diesel. But I still like love him, and he actually shows a lot of emotion. And it's all just Vin Diesel saying, "I am Groot." That's the power of James Gunn.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have like King Shark and everyone. James Gunn is so good at character writing. It's impressive. So anyway,
Virgo.
He is so
back
good.
to characters that are better than James Gunn's because T'Challa.
Yes, definitely.
The pacing that gave everyone
Thanks for-
whiplash last week is nowhere to be found, even though this episode is roughly only a minute longer.
The pacing isn't good, but it's better than episode 1, so I'm okay with this point.
That's thanks to a plot that does its own thing with the mythology of both Black Panther and Guardians, stopping you from consciously thinking about what part of a live-action 2-hour movie we're supposed to be in. T'Challa Star-Lord was actually really awesome. I was of course fully expecting the late great Chadwick Boseman to deliver an entertaining performance as Star-Lord, but I didn't expect the blend of the two aesthetics to work quite so well.
It didn't, though. Like, what's the blending of the aesthetics? Like, all we have is T'Challa has the fucking thing around his neck, which
And
then they
somehow-
find a
Well,
Like-
you know that one part where T'Challa just starts doing Black Panther stuff, even though he wasn't
Yeah.
trained? Yeah, that's blended of the aesthetics.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that is true. And I guess we have the Wakandan ship, and that's pretty much it in terms of Wakanda.
Yeah, blending of aesthetics. That's what it is.
It has like some weird writing on it because African, and looks
Well, blending of the aesthetics. That's what I'm talking about.
exactly. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. We're here. Yeah.
Yeah, we just
You know
always
as
just
I,
riding that
no
wavelength.
treasure is worth as much as the good.
Pause for copyright. But shit, this scene was also terrible. I hate T'Challa
I love
so much.
Yondu in this episode.
Ugh.
I love Yondu. in
Remember
this
how
episode.
everyone says
He
that
is
Yondu is
so-
like one of the best characters because of Guardian's Shoe, and that scene with Peter is like when he dies in that funeral. It's like, yo, fucking Yondu was phenomenal, and his conversations with Rocket. And then we have What If, and it's like, what if Yondu just wasn't Yondu? Wouldn't that be neat?
What if Yondu was a fucking idiot?
even better than Guardians 2.
Mm.
What if Yondu just abducted the wrong child?
Honestly,
No, he
Oh,
fucking
and I don't-
delegated. They abducted the wrong child, and he kept the child instead of giving him back. And he never even tried to get the correct person. Like, dear Lord, how moronic are you? Like, wouldn't it have been interesting if you had like both of them? Like, that wouldn't have made sense if he didn't return T'Challa anyway. But like, if you had both Peter Quill and T'Challa, that could have been more interesting. Like they're raised as like brothers or some shit. I don't know. Fucking.
What
God, I
if
hate What If.
Yondu somehow ended up in Wakanda instead of Missouri or wherever, and instead of picking up Peter Quill, he abducted the wrong child, and instead of giving him
No,
back,
no,
he
no.
just
You're
jacked
getting it
him.
wrong. Yandu didn't kidnap anyone. He delegated it to his subordinates on one of the most important jobs of his career.
Wait, was it Kraglin
What if Yondu
who abducted
Yeah.
her? It was
and
Kraglin. Okay.
Taserface? I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Taserface. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's
The
true.
thing is, I also really like Kraglin.
Taserface, yeah.
Thing is, I also really like Kraglin, but it's just like, okay, you just made him a bumbling moron. It's like in Guardians 2, he's not exactly like the most competent. He is like just funny, fucking kind of dumb character, but he's not like completely stupid. And he helps Yondu break out of the prison. Fuck off. I hate
and
this
he
episode
gets
so much.
Yondu's fin. He gets Yondu's fin by the end, so he's
Yeah,
gonna be
and he's
important
training with it.
moving
Yeah,
forward.
which I think is really neat
Yeah.
character-wise, because I really like the stuff with Kraglin and Yondu, and it was actually set up from the first film, Kraglin's conflict of Peter Quill being like the favorite or some shit, and they moved past that in Guardians 2. It's because James Gunn knows how to write
it's
character
called
conflicts.
character writing. Character writing. So, okay, so let me get this right. What if Yondu delegated one of the most important jobs of his career to 2 other people, and because of that, he somehow ends up in Wakanda, abducts the wrong child, keeps the child, and doesn't go for Peter Quill?
Yes. So basically, what if
I
Yondu
think
was one of the
that's
most
the premise of
moronic
this
people
episode.
on Earth? Yeah, well, not on Earth, in the universe, in the galaxy.
Yeah, the galaxy, yeah. What if Yondu
Can be
was the moron of the galaxy?
The moron of the. I was thinking that'd be interesting to like watch a What If written by James Gunn, because I think he could do a good job. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He would, yeah. He'd probably do like
Isn't it-
not Guardians related.
Oh
just
yeah,
for fun.
definitely. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool actually. Isn't he writing like a Groot TV show or short?
Yep.
Yeah.
I Am Groot. That's the name
You
of
know-
the show.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know what
excited for
annoys
that.
me as well?
Mm.
And he's
Yondu-
doing
I'll
Go ahead,
let you
Jeb.
finish. I'll let you finish.
I was just gonna say he's doing the holiday special. as
Oh
well.
yeah, there's a holiday special he's doing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But he kidnaps Quill and then spares him because he knows what Ego's going to do. So he just lets Quill suffer to his fate as well. In this.
Yes, and
Yes.
also Ego coming to Earth doesn't make sense, does it? Considering.
Yeah,
wh-
because
what
of
he
in
learned.
Guardians 2, what they said was he said that he learned of Peter Quill when he heard of a man from Earth who could wield the
Power Stone.
Power Stone.
Yes.
So that's how he knew.
Yeah, and then
But,
since
here,
then
no,
he's
he just
been
finds them from restaurants.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, he heard of an excellent restaurant worker who was able to make his cheese.
You see,
He's
he
like,
was
"That's
like,
my
"Yo, there's
body."
I've heard of this janitor who constantly listens to music I used to listen to with Meredith Quill, so it has to be Peter, right?" And that's it. He found it through music. Isn't that is great? Yeah.
There's this guy. He listens to old music, so he's probably my long lost son.
There you go.
Do you
I
reckon
I
he goes to
expect
each planet like sun.
so, I expect fucking Ego to show up at my door and they be like, "Son, you listen to AC/DC."
Son, you listen to
Perfectly
Pink
sound
Floyd.
logic.
Yes.
I listen to Pink Floyd.
What if I'm listening to the Guardian soundtrack? It's literally the same music. Niggas gonna show up like instantly here.
That's Blue Swede. I know that. Hey, you must be my son.
Electric
Oh my
Light
God.
Orchestra. Oh no, Ego's gonna abduct Rags. Fuck's sake.
You're listening to Brandy, you're a fine girl. That's what I listen to.
That's my song. That was my song with my lily flower or whatever you called her. I don't know.
Is your favourite flowers lilies?
Yeah.
Is that right?
He just goes around. He just walked around Earth singing fucking brandy for like decades until he found Peter Quill.
Do you like David Hasselhoff? I like David Hasselhoff. He was excellent in the SpongeBob movie with his ass cheeks carrying them.
I need to be this random person's Hasselhoff. That's who I need to be.
Did you listen to that James Gunn 80s music about David Hasselhoff?
Yes. So yeah, we love ego in this episode as well.
Do you have an ego as well? Not really, sir. I'm a janitor. You're not my son.
Maybe ego just went to the collector, stole a fucking Infinity Stone. It was like, okay, so I'm gonna give this to each person I find on the street of Earth, and if they can wield it and not die, that's my son.
He goes there.
800,000 deaths later. I found you, Peter.
He goes there and he's like, wield this stone for me. I need you to wield it. And Peter just goes, sir, this is a Wendy's. Oh,
I'm just a
amazing.
janitor, dude.
and then
That
Peter
is
takes,
exactly what would happen.
Yes.
Peter takes the stone and takes control for the power for the first time, uses the ego. The ego dies and Peter gets his revenge.
Yes. Peter becomes the new ego.
Son, do you listen to K-pop? Yes. You're not my boy. It's time for you to go now.
He does it by process of elimination. He sees if the song, if the music people listen to is shit, it's on his son.
Do you listen to Drake? Yes. It's time for you to
Oh,
So
you
die.
what
don't
would
have the
happen
light.
if
Damn, you don't
Ego
have the light.
started liking more modern music? Does he then like put that into account? Then he goes, okay, my son would probably like the same music I like, and since I am currently digging the Doom Eternal soundtrack, surely he must be listening to it too.
Maybe that's how he found him. He was trying to find him through Doom Eternal. He was playing like some online or some shit, and it's like, yo, there's this guy here. his name tag
guy
is
keeps
Starlord
singing-
69. Let me message him on Xbox Game Chat.
You're ripping a tearing right now, Star-Lord 69.
This person keeps humming Cheap Trick into the headphones. He must be my son.
Yes. He was watching live streams on Twitch of Doom Eternal. It's like, yo, this guy keeps humming Brandy while he plays Doom Eternal. It's my son.
Are you an epic gamer, son?
Are
Are you a GAMER?
Hey, dude, is that Brandy? Are you singing Brandy? Yes, you have the light inside of you.
You are half
I-
a deity. You were born from a fucking celestial. It's like, thank you for the donation, sir. I don't know what that means.
I'm still a virgin, sir. I don't think I'm equipped to be a deity.
I think I just like.
I know that
music.
song.
He
I've heard
turns
the
on
song.
Hassan's stream, and then he's like, "Do you like the song?" And Hassan's like, "Yes." And then he's like, "You must be my son."
And then he gives you the power stone,
planted
and
you.
Hassan dies. Oh no, what a tragedy.
You are a celestial.
He fights Ninja first and interrogates Ninja for the
Son, I
secret
see your
chamber.
ego is as big as mine. You must be my son.
Do you have a penis too, son, or are you one of those trans people on Earth?
What is those threats? His ego is just super bigoted, and he arrives on a.
No, no, I think ego would be like, "Yo, you can change your gender same as me. You be my son." We have fun, Yanni. Come.
Yes.
Have you fucked any aliens, son? Have you done what I've
Esky was
done?
right. SK was right. This is a bigoted podcast.
Yes. That's like 20-minute tangent we went into. Just about Ego finding Peter.
So, anyways, Full Fat Videos.
Yeah.
He put out a video about
Yes.
What If Episode 2.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna check it out.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes into this video and an hour and a half into the stream, so don't worry, we're doing great time on this one. So anyway,
I'm with it.
Embracing the role of a Ravager and becoming like a sort of spacefaring Robin Hood.
he doesn't embrace the
I'm
role
pretty
of a
sure all of that
Ravager. He
started.
does the exact opposite, though. He makes the Ravagers stop being Ravagers and become what he wants to be. It's like
No, there is actually a line in the episode where he does like refer to himself as Robin Hood.
No, yeah, that's not what I mean. I'm saying the Ravager thing.
How
It
does
doesn't
he-
make sense.
How does he
The
know
Robin
what
Hood, I
Robin Hood is?
They
Uh,
are still Ravagers, though.
well, yeah, point is they are still Ravagers, but he doesn't embrace being a Ravager because being a Ravager is like stealing for your own gain, pretty much, isn't it? Being like a thief with a
Yeah,
cause,
but
pretty
if
much.
his own gain is
Kind
to
of.
help other people, then he's still technically a Ravager.
Sure, doesn't he say that like helping people was its own reward or some shit? So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, that's a good point. How did he know about the Robin Hood? He shouldn't.
Yeah, I brought that up like
Alternate
randomly
reality.
when I was watching the episode. I think I said it in chat. I was like, "How does T'Challa know who the fuck Robin Hood is when he's grown up in isolation in fucking Wakanda?"
I mean, episode 5 even confirms it that they I think the fucking Okoye says that she never watched zombie movies, because they have.
Yeah, but then she says that American reality TV's a good compromise,
Yeah, but
which was
also
meant to
doesn't
be a
make any sense.
burn.
Which also doesn't make any sense because why would they watch that? Like they opened up just after Black Panther in 2018, and they wouldn't know about Western culture really like at all. Like they didn't even know that
Imagine
black
living
people
in a
were
country where
enslaved.
half of your citizens. Yeah, imagine
Wait,
living in
didn't
a
they open
country
up in
where half of
2016?
your citizens are homeless and starving, yet your biggest priority is finding cable.
Hey, Okoye needs her TV. How dare you?
She needs to keep up with the Kardashians, guys. It's really important.
I just realised why Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D. should be canon.
I mean, I know a lot of
Why?
reasons why it should be. But why this time, Jeb?
It means 9/11 can happen because they reference Bin Laden.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Do you not remember, Marcus?
No, I
So-
remember. I remember they
9/11
mentioning
literally
Bin Laden. I
yesterday
don't
for you
understand what
guys.
the relation between them mentioning Bin Laden and 9/11 happening. I mean,
Because Marcus, what do you mean? Bin Laden literally calls.
No, that's not what I mean, you fucking faggot. That's not what I'm just because they don't mention him in the films doesn't mean 9/11 never happened in the films. I don't understand why it should be canon simply because
Well,
they mentioned
I'm
Bin
like-
Laden. And why 9/11
like-
being canon? Well, 9/11 being canon would actually help with world building. But anyway,
Well, the reason why is because I'm like, how would 9/11 happen with S.H.I.E.L.D.? But then they're like Bin Laden, and I'm like, okay.
He's just a super terrorist. Like, oh.
I mean, the thing is, I think it'd be possible for 9/11 to happen if Captain Marvel wasn't canon. Because Captain Marvel gives them like a super advantage in terms of like technology and shit. And the knowledge about aliens and stuff. And it's like they should have been more prepared for 9/11 if that's the case. So
I'm fine with 9/11 happening if Steve doesn't travel back in time and lives his life as an old man in the 80s.
hey, no, but
No, I'm still fine with that because 9/11's based.
yes. Wow. Okay. So anyway, moving past that, there's a good chance this is a joke. YouTube, okay? Do not ban us. Do not censor
This
this
is
video.
not a joke. 9/11.
Jeb,
is-
Damn.
Jeb,
Damn.
please.
Yeah,
We're
This
joking.
is a Joker joke.
Yes. So anyway, what I was gonna say, which I forgot because Jeb interrupted me by praising 9/11.
9/11.
Jeb, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Woo! So anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's get back to this video.
Makes sense for the character in the MCU, whilst also opening up this story to a whole host of possibilities.
COVID's a hoax.
Okay, Jeb.
We should take another one.
It also feels like it runs
Hated
parallel
this
to the
interaction.
Yep. It also.
Wait, did you guys know that Dave Bautista wasn't even asked to reprise his role as
Yeah.
Drax?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Which they really clearly don't like Drax and
Pretty
Dave Bautista.
gay.
Like, especially considering how much they neglected him in Endgame. It really
He's
annoys me how they.
dying.
Shut up, Jeff. I really annoys me how much they just didn't do anything with Drax to deal with.
Which I
about
find really
Thanos.
funny. Drax as a character, while unintentionally, is actually Marvel's first autistic representation in live action. Did you guys know that?
I mean, yeah, because he
Yeah.
takes
There's,
something
there
really
there have been several stories where autistic children basically say to their parents when they're watching a film that they relate to Drax because he doesn't understand sarcasm and metaphors, and they felt a lot more comfortable watching him because they were like, it's someone I can relate to. It's someone who does the exact same thing I do. So unintentionally, James Gunn created a character that even more people can relate to, and you guys just want to fucking rip him apart and don't make him like as cool as
No,
normal.
And what annoys me
That's
is it's
great.
like its core motivation is to get revenge on Thanos about his family. Like, you remember the end of Guardians 1 where he talks to Gamora and he says like, yeah, but Ronan was just a pawn. Thanos is the one I actually need to get. And then in Infinity War, he goes to attack Thanos because of how bloodthirsty he is. And then in Endgame, it's like, let's not mention that at all, even though the Thanos he wanted to kill is already dead, and this is a different fucking Thanos, and that Thanos also dies, and they also don't mention it. It's like, dude, Drax is such a good character. Why are you neglecting him so much? Like,
He's
dude.
gonna die. He's gonna
Yeah.
die.
I agree. He's probably the one
Definitely.
who's gonna die in Guardians 3. Either him or Rocket, but probably
I think
him.
I think multiple people might die if I'm being honest,
Mm.
because it's
I-
the
Kill
last
them all.
Guardians movie.
No, kill them all. Literally kill every single member of the Guardians so they don't have to be brought back into these shitty fucking
Ye-
movies. Please.
Actually, yeah, I agree. Kill all of them.
Pull a Suicide Squad. Yeah, let's do it.
Well,
And
yeah, actually, yeah, killing them all.
That's
100%
the
be okay with
issue. Unless James Gunn literally kills every single member of the cast in his film, we're still going to be left with characters that I might accidentally like in these shitty movies. So he just needs to annihilate every person in his films. Otherwise, I'm going to risk the chance of liking someone being ruined. So, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really. I'm kind of really worried about Guardians 3 with James Gunn having to account for Endgame and with world building across the galaxy and how the snap would affect the other worlds. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. Yeah.
I don't know. I
At
feel like
least
he
we
just
can
needs to be
count
more focused on
on
character
good
stuff.
characters.
Leave the world building to some
Well,
other schmuck.
Anyway, he's gonna need to do some kind of world building with the snap, and we know the villain's gonna be like Alicia, whatever her fucking name is, with Adam Warlock, right? So it's
Yep.
So yeah, I do think he's gonna need to account for world building quite heavily, which I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to do because the world building in the MCU hard to keep up with considering how terrible it is.
I don't know. I think he's
point.
talented enough to think of something.
Oh yeah, I definitely think he can think of something. It's like
I mean,
it's,
fuck, I
it's-
could think of something right now.
I mean, yeah, it's just it's the only MCU film that I actually like am somewhat hopeful for, but I also like am cautiously hopeful because I think there's chance James Gunn may not do as good of a job as he did with the other Guardians films. So we'll see.
I don't think he can.
Oh
top
shit, yeah, they're in
two.
Love and Thunder, the Guardians. That is true.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
I'm okay with it because first off, Taika Waititi I think is a really great writer. And also James Gunn consulted a lot with Taika to keep the characters consistent, so I'm okay with it.
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm so
Even if that movie isn't good, I feel like we can count on the Guardians being good.
Yes. I'd say they're at least. Yeah, they probably won't be in like a lot of it anyway. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That film is
Probably.
gonna be
Hopefully,
interesting because it's like it's adapting a story that everyone says it's shit, and it's like you're bringing back Natalie Portman to play Jane Foster, which is a character nobody likes. Should become like the next person to wield Mjolnir, or I guess Stormbreaker or whatever, which is also like okay. I don't understand how she would be worthy. Like there's gonna be so much Taika has to deal with, and like I really like Taika, but like my favorite film ever is his, but it's like yeah, I don't know, it's weird.
And then you got Gore the God Butcher, which he's quite OP.
Well,
Well, at least it's Christian Bale.
from
So,
yeah, that is true. But that's from the comics, right? Maybe this version won't be as OP.
I don't know. He's a god, but if they keep the God Butcher part, he's gonna be OP inherently.
No, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. I don't know. I trust Taika pretty, but I guess Thor: Love and Thunder is the second film in like a tier of films I want to watch from Marvel. First, it's Guardians 3, then Love and Thunder, and then nothing else because I don't really care about anything else.
The top of my list is Spider-Man: No Way Home. I want to see that shit.
yeah, I wanted to.
I really don't care about that film. I'm not excited at all. But
My
I can
most
understand being excited.
anticipated is probably No Way Home, just to see how it plays out.
Right.
After that's probably Guardians.
Yeah, I just
also-
know how terrible No Way Home's gonna be, so I just really don't care about getting excited for it.
But it's Spider-Man though.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Guardians 3,
Spider-Man
Adam
has never been
Warlock.
bad.
Yeah, Marcus, didn't you realize that Spider-Man Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland, is the best character in the MCU so far?
Oh, that is true. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great in Homecoming and Far From
Oh.
Home, and yeah.
And Civil War. Oh, actually, in Civil War, he's fine, to be honest.
Yeah, he's pretty good in Civil War actually. Not well. I actually have an issue. I actually have an issue with him. I don't know if you remember Shandy, me talking about him being Team Iron Man and him just not asking enough stuff and him just being okay with giving his identity to the Accords.
He's 14 years old. I think it's fine.
Well, he still gives away his identity to the Accords because if he doesn't, then the Accords would be like.
Oh right,
after
yeah,
him.
but I think that's an issue with the Accords, not with Peter as a character.
Well,
and I think that's something that needs to be addressed in Homecoming.
Well, true. If they addressed it in Homecoming, it could have been alright. So I guess it could be more of an issue with Homecoming than Civil War. So
yeah,
that's pretty fair. What did you say, Jeb, before we started saying all of this?
Oh, for Guardians 3, we're set to have Adam Warlock, so you know.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
mentioned that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Adam Warlock, the only other person that I can remember being powerful enough to wield the Infinity Gauntlet. So that makes me wonder, are they going to bring back the Infinity Stones?
I doubt it. I think that arc's pretty much over. I think it's gonna be way more person with like, what's her name? Aisha? I think it's Aisha, right? Yeah, Aisha. Yeah, Aisha. She's just gonna be like way more person with her controlling Adam Warlock and trying to kill the Guardians rather than being like some cosmic being, which is gonna be like the next big bad. Because I think it's either gonna be Kang or they're gonna do some other fucking shit with the multiverse.
I think they're gonna do Kang and another cosmic being.
Hey,
Because of
Galactus.
Shang-Chi.
I'm really sick and tired of this cosmic bullshit. That's why I liked Suicide Squad so much. It had like big stakes, but it wasn't like galaxy ending crap. It was only world ending, and that to me seems small at this point.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, world ending wasn't Sauron only wanting to kill the city itself after he freed himself?
No idea.
Yeah, I think he says
need
he's
to-
gonna.
I think he was
I think
like-
he says like the city is mine. So I think he only wanted to destroy the
Yeah.
city itself, which. So honestly, yeah, the stakes aren't like world ending.
Even better. Even better.
Yeah.
That movie was refreshing.
I love I love Guardians 2 as well, but I meant to say the Suicide Squad. I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
confused. So anyway,
I
we're
really
2 minutes
liked
into
it.
this video. It'd be neat if we actually like made it through
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah, that would be really
Should
cool.
take another one.
It also feels like it runs parallel to the ending of Black Panther, with T'Challa abandoning Wakanda's
Wait, what?
isolationist policies in favour of opening themselves up to the world.
Parallel?
What?
No.
He only
What?
did that after a massive revelation about his past and his father. He didn't just do that casually.
And the film takes place 10 years before Black Panther takes place, the film.
Yeah.
And it starts when he's a kid in 1988, which is 30 years before Black Panther existed as a film. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Also, in the Black Panther movie, it wasn't actually T'Challa who wanted to get rid of the traditionalist ideas. It was Okoye.
Yeah, it was
It was, no, it wasn't
it was
Okoye,
his
it was the other
girlfriend.
one.
It was his girlfriend, played by Lupita
I'm
Nyong'o.
not even going to pretend to know her name. I haven't even watched
She's-
Black Panther.
she's played by Lupita, so that is all I know. She's Lupita. Same as Lupita in Us.
Okay, well,
No one cares about her.
for
name,
lack
it's
of a-
Lupita.
For lack of remembering a name, I will call her Lapita too.
Yes. She wanted to open up, and of course, Killmonger wanted to open up. Well, he didn't want
They
to
wanted
open
to
up.
open up a Starbucks.
Yeah,
It's confirmed.
Killmonger wanted to genocide white people. I think Lupita was
I
a
thought
bit
Was it
bizarre.
only white people, or was he willing to do that to Asians too and Spanish?
I think
Well,
I need to rewatch. I
I
don't
meant to
care
say
enough about that
Latino,
film.
but Spanish just hopped in my head because I'm learning Spanish. But whatever.
Yes.
Black people killed
You
my
all
family.
speak
I hate
language,
the
damn it.
whites.
Yes.
It's just bean burrito the language. That's it.
Isn't it hilarious also how
Guys, I'm not
Killmonger is like...
racist, I promise. I'm just really rude.
Yes, that is true. You're Shandik, that's stupid.
Shandik. I don't even remember. Sorry, but that's still not as funny as calling SK Skunk. That shit was hilarious.
I just find it hilarious how Killmonger is. He says like about his ancestors throwing themselves at sea, like when they were being like shipped to be slaves. But it's like they're not your ancestors because Wakanda was isolationist and they never bothered with any other African country. But whatever.
No, but you see, because they were black, he therefore then feels a sort of familiarity with them. That's
course.
it. It's not like Africa has its own tribes and its own cultures. It's not like, South Africa, which is like a really small part of that entire continent, has 11 official languages, most of them spoken by black people. It's not like, a Zulu is completely different to a Xhosa, and a Xhosa is completely different to a Bushman. No, all the same. They have the same culture, the same language. They all do the same fucking thing. Yeah.
Yes, I'm glad we agree. So anyway.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Just pause it for copyright.
This is the kind of
Hello,
thought
Peter.
that goes into crafting a what-if character that makes me believe they are the same person, only with a different story.
But he
No.
shouldn't be the same person. He was raised by Yondu.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of on theme because he as a person is still somewhat the same, even though his environment has changed, even though that doesn't really make much sense because your environment does change who you are quite drastically, depending on how long you're there and how much it's affected you. And I mean, we can all safely say that T'Challa is not the same person here than he is in like Black Panther or in Civil War. At least
Well,
I
he
don't
doesn't
think.
really have a lot of character in Black Panther, but yeah, Civil War, I'd agree.
It makes
He
sense
was
that this
badass in Civil War.
He was awesome in Civil War, and then Black Panther was like, let's just make him nothing. Super awesome.
T'Challa
Yeah.
would be benevolent from the off.
That world has nothing to offer Wakanda.
There must be more.
The wise build
Fucking. What are these clips?
bridges,
Ah.
while the foolish
Let me cover the screen. Fucking cringe.
build barriers.
Knowing that he would
Fuck.
later open up Wakanda's the rest of the world, it seems
That
appropriate.
feeling when he calls several generations of his people fools for building a barrier that protected them for centuries.
Mm.
the world, it seems appropriate that young T'Challa is asking his father about what lies beyond Wakanda's walls as early as 1988.
No, but he was okay with being isolationist until his girlfriend was like, yo, what about we, don't do that. Which he wouldn't have known his girlfriend yet. This was 1988. Fucking cringe.
I am tired of living in a bubble. There's an entire world out there, Baba.
Peter Quill is a lovable moron, and that makes sense.
What? He's not a...
What?
Did you just call him a moron?
He's not a moron.
What? Look, he's not the most intelligent guy out there, but he's not a moron.
Yeah, he was
He's a
raised
very
to...
good survivalist.
Yeah,
He's an average Joe. He's one of the guys.
He's
like, what are you on about?
he's a great guy at stealing stuff. Like... Fucking...
He's quick-witted.
He's not
He's very
particularly
quick-witted.
smart.
Like, he's not a
But
genius, but
he is-
he's smart.
I think like he's not. he's not average intelligence, but like when it comes to like getting the job done, he can get the job done.
You remember how he convinced Drax not to kill Gamora because he's like, look, the person
Yeah.
you're really looking for isn't actually Gamora. She's just a daughter of Thanos. She didn't actually kill your family. You should spare her life and go for the person who actually did the wrong.
And what about his plan at the
You know
end of
what?
Guardians 1, which is really well planned, and also
I
like how
got
he
my dick
convinced him.
message.
Exactly, like the dick message is
You know
actually
what?
like really fucking smart. He says like he has no reason to be contacting them unless it is like unless he's being
Remember
truthful.
how he distracted Ronan long enough to have Rocket build the fucking missile launcher, and he did
Yep.
it while being a complete quote-unquote moron?
Yeah, he just
I
saved this
think
entire
he
planet.
seems-
Fuck's
He
sake.
seems sometimes like he's a moron because of his like obsession with music and 80s stuff like that, but
Well,
he's not
he's
really
like,
a
I
moron.
think he's like, I hate the word, but like kind of quirky in a way. It's just like, you know, does a lot of comedy and he doesn't take stuff very seriously, and he's, you know, like
Yeah,
a bit
yeah.
clumsy, like when he drops the orb when he's gonna hand it to the collector, and it's like that's fine. He's just like a normal guy who happens to be good at like stealing stuff and planning out
I
heists
mean,
and
Right.
shit.
it was his the plan that the Guardians and Tony and Peter used in Infinity War. That was his plan to stop Thanos, and it worked. It would have saved the entire universe had he not found out what happened to Gamora. That
And-
was his
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
And do you guys want to remember what T'Challa's plan in fucking Infinity War was?
Mm.
Probably one of the stupidest
Hmm.
fucking things I've seen in the MCU so far.
Let's open the fucking gate. So
Genius.
so dumb.
we
yeah.
don't trade lives.
Yes.
We don't trade lives.
We do not trade lives, no.
T'Challa should have just been like, hey, look, I understand that you have an attachment to this sentient dildo. However, we are literally talking about trillions of lives across the galaxy. I can make you a new one. I have the materials. Just fucking kill him now, and I will build you a new sex doll.
Yeah, sure.
It was.
Mr. Quill is
And then Wanda's just sitting there in the corner, like,
mean,
can you make him vibrate, please?
I mean, he would, like obviously you wouldn't have been able to build like the same consciousness because it would need to be part Ultron, part Jarvis, part Tony, part Bruce.
Back him up. He's a fucking android.
Well, that's the kind
Put
of
his
thing they're trying
consciousness
to
onto a
back him up.
USB.
Well, that's the thing they're trying to back him up, but they need time, that's what Shuri is doing.
That's not what they're doing. They're removing the Infinity Stone, or did I completely misread that?
They're
scene?
removing the Infinity Stone without removing Vision. So basically, they want to remove the Infinity Stone from his body but keep his consciousness. Which
Yeah, so they're
trying
not
to
really
separate
backing
it.
him up. They're
Well,
just
they're trying to separate it, but if he doesn't have the Infinity Stone with him, that's pretty much the same as backing him up because they need to separate it either way. You can't just I assume you can't just back him up, but then when you think about it, that's kind of what they do in WandaVision with the White Vision. So yeah, I don't know.
I feel like a conversation needed to be had.
Yes, I feel like Infinity War is not as great character-wise as people say it is, but you know, who am I to say that?
Lying.
And
Yes.
that makes sense in the context of his story.
Dude, don't call us plucky.
Oh,
You don't
for
know what it
fuck's.
means.
He is a working class kid.
Oh, that's supposed to exemplify that he's a moron. Okay.
There's also people miss the fact as well. This guy got abducted when he's a child.
Yeah,
He's unlikely to.
I was about to
No,
say
English,
he hasn't been to Earth in 30 years. You'd think lingo wouldn't be his best, thing.
I mean, he
to
also
say.
didn't finish high school, so his vocabulary probably isn't the best.
Yep.
I don't think he finished elementary school.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have
mm,
learned the way you speak and everything, but through like the Ravagers and Yondu and whatnot. So, like he would understand
Yeah.
the way the Ravagers speak, but not the way Like he would still retain some kind of lingo from when he was a kid, which is like 80s way to talk and how he talks to his mom, I guess. But yeah, he obviously wouldn't understand like some of that kind of shit.
Who is abducted without finishing any kind of formal education.
Star Lord. Oh, sorry.
Oh, so he does say it makes sense. That's good.
No, that was nice.
Oh yeah, you shared that WandaVision scores. It actually won 2 Emmys, if I recall correctly. It was a production design for a sci-fi series and costumes for a sci-fi series. Which honestly,
Yep.
I don't think it's like totally uncalled for. It's like fine. I can understand WandaVision winning those awards.
Lord. T'Challa is a prince who is already out of the ordinary. He's already way more skilled and has way more knowledge than an average kid.
You sure don't seem too.
Is he? I mean, huh?
I mean, I'm
I-
fine
I-
with T'Challa having a higher education than most people because he is a prince of one
Yeah.
of no, not one of. He is a prince of the richest country on the planet. That's just fact.
Yeah, the most
Like, the
technologically
Wakandans are
advanced. Yeah.
Not
But
just
in
that,
the
but vibranium being the rarest metal on the earth, that shit is ridiculously pricey.
But in the same breath, I'm like, in terms of science and that, sure. But in terms of cultural understanding and that, he's going to be quite limited.
Yeah, especially considering their
Yeah.
isolationist, so he wouldn't know anything about Western culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a dual-edged sword in this.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, just because he doesn't know anything about outside culture doesn't mean that he isn't capable of adapting to it really quickly.
No,
I mean,
that-
speaking as someone who's traveled to different countries multiple times, it's not hard once you get the hang of it.
yeah, I definitely understand that. It's just like in terms of intelligence, I'm not sure he would be like super, like 100% more intelligent than just Peter Quill. I think that's just.
I don't know. I'm fine with him being more intelligent IQ wise.
Sure.
You know, I mean, the thing is, I'm completely fine with Quill just being an average dude. That's the thing that was so appealing to him for me. But he just, he's got quirks. He's got some level of intelligence. He learns on the spot. He's quick witted, but he isn't like the highest in terms of IQ. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I think
And
it works
T'Challa,
really well.
being hyper intelligent is fine with me too.
I think it works really well when you have that line with Ego, where Ego says you're gonna be like everyone else. Is like, what's so wrong with that? I think that works really well for his character, him
Exactly.
just being like this regular
Yeah.
guy. He doesn't think he's special, which is pretty neat. I love Guardians 2 a lot.
You sure don't seem too freaked out about all this, kid.
And this time Yondu didn't abduct
I don't know why
Star-Lord.
that. I don't know why that fucking exemplifies his intelligence, but okay.
He went willingly, which from the off gives us a load of different possibilities for the conflict and relationship between Yondu and T'Challa versus Yondu and Peter Quill.
But why did you keep T'Challa though? Makes no sense. Why did he not go after
Yeah.
Quill afterwards? Just, why are you ignoring that? I don't think it would be in character for T'Challa as a kid just like abandon his dad and his
Yeah.
well, it's because he didn't, right?
Right, that's what I said.
Yondu lied to him, said like, "Yo, there's your fucking Wakanda was destroyed in the war or some shit," which also I think is really strange for Yondu to do, but whatever. So clearly he wasn't fucking. He didn't just want to leave. He didn't come back because he thought Wakanda was destroyed. So this is just wrong on Fu Fat's part. Like he would have returned if he could, but according to Yondu, he couldn't. And I guess he just never bothered looking into it more. Whereas for Peter, it makes a lot more sense why he never returned to Earth, but whatever.
Not a very intelligent person, just believe in every word.
Sometimes you need to hear a lie to see the truth. And for people
That, okay.
like you, like us, the past ain't nothing but a prison.
I'm just paused for copyright.
If you are out there, you are one bright, burning
Fucking... How did you get away with so much? Okay.
light in the night sky of billions.
You don't belong down there with them. You
Let me...
I hate this Yondu voice.
I'm gonna go for it. Oh,
Is this not Michael Rooker?
I think it is, which is pretty impressive, honestly, that his voice just sounds weird. Like, I always thought it sounded off as well. I don't...
He's not the only one. I think Thanos, despite being voiced by Josh Brolin, does not sound like Thanos at all.
Yeah, I think they
He
did
doesn't-
something wrong with the sound editing. Because obviously, you can just turn up bass and treble or shit like that. And I think they fucked it up with What If. Like, I also think Mark Ruffalo sounds really off as Bruce Banner in Episode 5. It's strange.
Sebastian Stan is just
Yeah.
I
hilarious.
also like how the Incredible Hulk is now canon when there were people who thought it wasn't canon.
I mean,
I
it's been
find that
confirmed as
funny.
canon for a while. I don't see why people wouldn't.
Yeah, I
believe it.
know, but
I mean, in Avengers
Yeah, since
2012
General
has
see it
Ross.
officially.
Avengers 2012 has moments from Incredible Hulk showing up when Tony is looking through the Avengers file that Coulson brings to his to Stark Tower, and then we have
Oh yeah, true.
then we have Mark
Forgot
Ruffalo
about
saying
that.
the last time he was in New York, he kind of destroyed Harlem, which also reference to Incredible Hulk.
And there's General Ross, who's in Civil War.
And also the
so-
fact that the Incredible Hulk, the last scene is Tony showing up to talk to General Ross. And there's, Tony, there's also
Yeah,
Stark
people forget
technology
about
in the
that.
Incredible Hulk. Yeah, there's a lot to indicate why that film is canon. I don't understand why people don't think it is.
And
It's like-
Abomination.
Oh yeah, Abomination, he's back. That's great. I love Shang-Chi. Isn't that true? Shandy, you watch Shang-Chi, right? You love it.
Okay, so interesting thing with me and Shang-Chi. I watched the first half of that movie with my friends and then I passed out midway. It was so boring I fell asleep. I don't even know what happens at the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice.
I mean, I almost fell asleep when I was watching
Nice.
it in theaters, but I had to stay awake
You
to remember the film for ECUM.
I then got told that that the funny side character who's just a bumbling idiot most of the movie is the one that defeats the big bad, and I was like,
Yes.
how?
She fires an arrow through the dragon's neck, and that manages to stun it for long enough for Shang-Chi to kill it. And by the way, and she learned archery the previous day.
Oh,
Isn't that neat? I think that's pretty neat. Yeah.
I sense a modicum of bullshit, but all right.
That's like
A minute amount of tomfoolery, if you will.
yeah, that's not even like the biggest issue with the film. That film is it's quite something. Been talking a lot with
Yes.
Madvocate about the film, and it's really impressive how terrible it is. Even after we broke it down on last ECUM, there's a lot still to talk about. It's pretty insane how
You're
terrible
just
it is.
racist.
Yeah,
just
but
racist.
I still think I'm right though.
You're racist.
Yes.
Belong up
This is just
here
blatant
with
racism.
us.
I liked how he lied to T'Challa about the Wakandans being wiped out, only
What?
to find out that they're alive and well and even searching for him, only for Yondu to hit back and say that he never wanted that life and that he chose to come away with them. It was a nice
Which is just not true that he didn't want this life. Like in Civil War, is it Civil War where it says like, oh, you're not one for formalities, but you're getting pretty good at it, or is it
He's Civil
Black Panther?
War for
Yeah, it's the
politics.
wall.
Yeah, it says you don't like the politics, but you seem to be getting pretty good at it. Yeah, but like still, I do not think that is in character for T'Challa to just leave his entire family and his nation to go around with this stranger, like to the stars.
You know when Yondu said that Wakanda got wiped out, I actually believed him because I was like, yeah, the MCU would probably do something like this.
Yeah, I believe them because I was like, yeah, at least they're explaining why T'Challa didn't come back. But when they say, yo, it's a lie,
Yeah.
it's like, bruh, fuck off.
Yeah, that was fun. I like this. I like this episode.
I
nice
hate
little
you
speed
and your
Hmm.
existence.
on something we've already
It's very
seen
fun.
before. And I like that it kind of resolved nicely in that Yondu got to live. His personality, knowledge, and expertise dictate that he would go down a completely different path with Yondu and the Ravagers versus the story we know in the Guardians movies.
Yeah, it just
Which is a
dictates
better
that.
story.
Yeah, it's just because T'Challa apparently is just so fucking virtuous. He changed every single Ravager's mind. He changed Korath's mind. He changed Thanos' mind because yes, he is fucking the best person in the galaxy. Everyone listens to him. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's good arguments.
Yes. It's just I
Yeah.
fucking despise how they show as if Peter Quill was a better person, if his mom I guess wasn't poor, if she was like a queen, then I guess Peter Quill would have saved the universe from Thanos. Okay. Fuck's sake. His space Jesus. Yes, he is space Jesus, Dominic.
Also, don't you guys just love it how out of every planet Thanos visits, in however many years he was conquering, not one person managed to convince him why his plan was retarded, except T'Challa.
No one is as smart as T'Challa, though. T'Challa just had a really good argument. He'd been developing that argument ever since he first heard of Thanos in 1988. He was just like, okay, 30 years
He
from
went
now,
to Doctor
20 years from now.
Strange.
Yay.
He went to Doctor Strange with the express purpose of having him craft the perfect argument, and Doctor Strange literally warped space, time, and reality to give him the perfect, concrete argument.
Well, Doctor Strange wouldn't have been the one at that time. It would have been the Ancient One. But yes. Yes.
T'Challa's just really intelligent that he knew that Doctor Strange was the perfect sorcerer even before he became the sorcerer.
So in this universe,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is already a sorcerer because of T'Challa. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
that does
In
seem
this
in line
universe.
with the rest of the episode.
Good
In this
argument.
universe,
Preferred by
Doctor
T'Challa.
Strange.
Yes.
In this universe, Doctor Strange became Doctor Strange before Doctor Strange became Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Because T'Challa called him
yeah.
gay if he didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, be Doctor Strange." He was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." No
Makes sense that
motivation
he
whatsoever.
combines
He
Wakandan
just became
acrobatics and agility with the Star-Lord
Doctor
tech we
Strange.
already know and love.
Oh, you got?
Woo! I haven't seen a knee that sweet since, well,
Oh,
I thought this
I
whole
love this
T'Challa
movie. It
Star
has
Lord
such
thing
good
was gonna
fight
be weird and not
choreography.
work so well, but it turns out ripping him away from Wakanda and showing what sort of man he is without the nation was inspired, and using the Guardians aesthetic to tell it made it really all the better.
But
Why?
the problem is with that, T'Challa just becomes a Gary Stew. So if he becomes part of a morally dubious clan, he ends up an even morally righteous character then as King of Wakanda, which is quite hilarious to me.
Yes.
It kind of spits in the face of his arc in Black Panther being accepting his legacy, ancestry, and becoming the better leader, when he's actually better if he becomes a Ravager.
Yes.
Yeah, he literally does
Yeah.
more good for the universe as a Ravager than he does as King of Wakanda. So yeah, that's kind of funny.
And it's quite hilarious to me that they think it's inspired to combine Guardians traits, yet Black Panther has zero Guardians traits even in combat. Combat-wise, he fights like a Black Panther.
For
Yes.
some reason. He just does. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yes.
Hi, Marcus.
Hi.
Marcus is back from peeing, guys. He
You know,
had
there's a
big
reason
old
why I
beard.
say in the Discord chat that I'm gonna be right back instead of announcing it on stream. It's so that the chat doesn't have to know that I left or that I'm peeing. But thanks, chat. Yes, thanks, chat.
But what are you doing if the door open? Is the question I want to ask.
No.
Okay,
Mar-
well.
Marcus, do you know how to honor Chadwick Boseman? You make his character be a better character if he hang out with the Ravagers rather than learn lessons.
Yes, that is pretty honorable actually. Yeah, because if he hangs out with a bunch of outer space criminals, he's definitely gonna turn out better than with his father, who's supposed to be a wise mentor. That is true. Makes perfect sense.
Are you assuming that there's something T'Challa needs to learn? What are you, a bigot?
Yes.
Everyone in chat say Marcus had a nice pee.
Fuck
Do
him.
it for me.
That's
So
nice.
much.
We've never gotten to spacefaring Wakanda would be like, or the sort of man T'Challa would be if he didn't have the responsibilities of becoming a king.
Should I not use the gun?
Go ahead.
Really?
Please.
No. It's not a problem. I could get rid
I
of it.
really
Go
did not
ahead,
like
use
this
the
moment.
gun. That is so generous.
It's pretty impressive how it kills the tone so much. And it makes T'Challa be like the most competent person ever. When it's like this scene in Guardians 1, Peter Quill gets out of it because he's like actually pretty smart in deceiving and how to get out. And also, just gets a bit lucky. Whereas in this is like, oh, I like you so much, but you're so cool. You're so much better at fighting than Peter ever was. Why? Because yes.
Because yes.
You okay
I was
there,
making deep throat noises because Karaf was deep throating T'Challa.
What?
What?
Okay, Jeff.
Jeb, are you okay?
You were sucking
You
T'Challa's
ever-
dick being a simp, so I was imitating that.
Okay, Jeff.
Well done.
So anyway,
Koraf's characterization was great.
Oh, fuck off, you stupid
Oh.
cunt.
Oh, okay.
I just had to pause for a moment to contemplate. That's a thing he said. Okay, okay, full
Uh,
fat.
Let's
Full
hear his
fat.
reasoning before we throw out
No.
the big C word.
No,
Do
in
you
all
actually
my
do you actually
years,
think he's gonna back up his point? Because I don't think he is. I think that's the end of it.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't care. In all my years of watching Full Fat, this is the most retarded statement he's come out with, and I think he should get arrested for that.
He should get
This is like
arrested.
being,
Alright.
this is like being a pedophile. It's unacceptable. Can't have this.
That is an interesting comparison, Jab. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that is
I'm
a
glad you
statement
feel
we
that
take
way.
a slight disagreement with. Yeah, Karaf is not
Just
good.
a little bit. Just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just like
Just a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah.
Just a modicum of difference.
Fucking Korath was better in Captain Marvel than he was in this. So,
He was in Captain Marvel.
yeah,
Yeah.
him and Ronan.
I mean,
like
I'm
two
gonna list
That's
off
all
the
you need to know
MCU
right
films
there.
I haven't seen yet: Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Shang-Chi. Just half of it.
You shouldn't watch any of those. To be fair.
Watch all of them. They're good.
No.
Oh no, yeah, love Ant-Man and the Wasp. Fucking 10 out of 10 film. I love it how each
think that-
scene the conflict gets just disregarded by the next scene, and this film has no stakes whatsoever. It's pretty neat. I love it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is kind of one of those like MacGuffin movies that make no sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember 4-2 more than Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Well,
That's
I
pretty
remember
sad.
Ant-Man and the
Yeah.
Wasp more
Thor 2
because
is
I'm
kinda-
gonna make a video on it. So.
Thor 2 is not good, but
Oh,
I kind of like it.
I like it as well. It has some really good character stuff with especially Loki, with how like he causes Frigga's death and his relationship with Thor. It actually does quite a lot really well. Just the plot is really shit, and Darcy and
Yeah,
Jane Foster, they're pretty
like Loki. Loki's a great character in that. And then you have like that Frigga's funeral is like a really really good scene.
Yep.
And the villain's
Thor
not
talking
good,
to
but-
Loki after
Yeah,
there's a lot of great stuff in Thor Dark World, not gonna lie.
Loki's death is pretty good, or
Yeah,
fake death.
his fake death, yeah. Which it
So,
sets
yeah,
up
there's some good
Ragnarok
stuff in that
actually
movie.
quite well. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a
For
fun
the
movie.
most part, I might enjoy it. Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, they wasted Christopher Eccleston as Malekith, but yeah. And it's also quite
Yeah, the
interesting
villain's,
how
like,
Agents of
terrible.
Shield actually accounts for the world building with Thor: The Dark World better than any of the films ever did. So watch Agents of Shield.
Yeah, the movie's kind of trying to forget that movie existed. So
Yeah.
Taking the click gag and flipping on its head. That would have worked for just a one-off gag with him fanboying over Star-Lord, but then they take it to another degree where he joins the team and he continues to fanboy over him, and it's just funny watching them fight. And
yeah,
Why do you
I
make
thought that
Yeah,
joke
you're
was
right.
overplayed. I think they overplayed that joke like a lot.
so much. It's the only joke in the entire episode is fucking, oh, Korath, he's fanboying. Oh, that's classic Star-Lord. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like I get it at the beginning, but it's like he joins the team. It's like I don't like this.
I also don't understand
It's too
because
much.
isn't
legitimately
Korath
wanted
supposed to be an
Thanos to kill
outlaw?
him as a joke.
But
have
like,
no
isn't
idea.
Korath? I think he's supposed to be like an outlaw, like, and he's just like, oh, I love Star-Lord, even though he's like the exact opposite of an outlaw. He's trying to help people.
Stop
Sure.
questioning my Korra.
hearing him say, oh yeah, great shot, sir, fantastic.
You do not disappoint my lord, so
Spotify copyright.
I also don't like Korath's voice in this.
Not the one who sounds off, but is voiced by the same actor.
Yeah, it's just the voice. It's just not the same. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It
strange.
sounds off.
I didn't mean to.
That is what we're here for.
It's a funny gag that doesn't outstay its welcome, and it kind of reminds me of the character
It
Zero
really
in John
does.
Wick 3.
Oh,
It
does.
really does.
Stop lying.
Hey, John.
You're hurting my feelings about my Marvel
What the
product.
fuck is?
Fight, huh?
What the fuck is this John Wick 3? Because I don't remember the
Yeah.
scene and I haven't seen 3. Okay.
This is Matrix 4.
Phil Fett got the leaked
I'm
version.
really excited for this movie. The trailer looks awesome.
For
I
what? Oh,
did not
Matrix,
watch the
oh.
trailer.
Oh, Matrix.
I actually haven't watched
I didn't see the
the
trailer.
full trilogy. I only watched the first film, so.
Oh, I watched the entire
Wow.
Matrix trilogy yesterday with some friends. The first one holds up really well. I think it's great. The second one, funnily enough, is actually a lot better than people give it credit for. I actually thought the second one was pretty fucking good. The third one's shit.
Yeah, so I've heard. Third one's really bad.
We
I
also
heard that the
watched
second one
something
is
called the
bad, but not.
Animatrix.
You know, that's that.
No, the second one is not bad. If someone said it's bad, they're lying. It's not bad. It's
I'm gonna
actually
tell my
really
friend
good.
he's lying.
Yeah.
Goddamn lie.
I actually think that the reason people consider the second one to be bad is because they get really confused with some of the dialogue, but me being the Giga Chad brain that I am, I understood basically everything that people were saying, so I was like, oh yeah, no, when you actually understand what these words mean, the line of logic actually works really well.
I think
don't know.
what my
The
friend told
second-
me is that the
second one's
third film
pretty-
kind of ruins the second one retroactively.
No, maybe, yeah, maybe.
Those are all the options. Yes.
See, the third one's shit just because it basically doesn't do anything that the first two movies were doing well. The editing is shit, the dialogue is shit, the action shit, the characters shit. It's like, wow, you guys lacked any and all talent from the previous two films. In this one, it's like, oh my god, you're actually just, what are you doing? What's going on? I hate the third one. It's bad. It's really bad.
So anyway,
But yeah.
John Wick 3. Apparently, I don't understand the point of this clip.
Yeah. Again, Drax was used perfectly, just a sweet little cameo of an alternate world where he gets to be a happy bartender with his wife and child, and you know, it was used for a great gag. Like, if you ever wanted to see T'Challa and Drax interact and you didn't get it unfortunately in live action, here's your moment.
You look terrible. I look.
I really
Overall, I
wanted
just
that.
like the deviations in this story have a lot more fun with themselves and make more sense for the characters and the events that we already know, as opposed to last week's episode, which really just kind of palette swaps Steve for Peggy within the same story. However, there is one what if that I thought was a what if too far.
Okay.
Ooh, what was it?
I'm
What was
curious.
it?
I'll be,
Tell me.
please be the Thanos
Tell
thing.
me.
Yeah, please tell me it's Thanos.
And that is, of course, Thanos.
thank
Before I
God.
talk about
Yes!
the and this is just a quick reminder to please subscribe if you like the video and want to support me in making more.
no,
Thank you.
don't think
If
I
I
will.
could be extra cheeky, then please follow
fuck?
me on
I
my
don't think
digital
I
art
will.
page at full_fat_videos. I've done a
Oh,
live action to
I will
Charles
do that.
Starlord and Captain Carter so far, and I'm planning to do more what if characters.
Don't give
I
him false
hated
hope.
pretty much
That's great.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's hear his arguments.
everything
for
with Thanos in this episode, and I funnily enough, I feel how a lot of people felt about the Infinity Stones popping up in Loki.
I know what you're talking about when you reference that. You don't need the fucking clip. Dear Lord. Why are you banning this video? Jesus.
The reason why it works for me in Loki with the Infinity Stones.
Wait, it works? What? Oh yeah, shit, you're the fucking retard who likes Loki. He made the video that EFAP covered. Fucking saying that Loki is like the good Doctor Who or fucking whatever the fuck he says. Oh shit, I forgot, completely
Yeah.
forgot about that.
yeah.
Oh my god, Full Fat, you're a moron. You think Loki is good? Fuck, wow. Fuck off. Like, series 11 and 12 of Doctor Who are better than Loki. That's how terrible Loki is, dude. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Things I have to agree because Doctor Who's like completely fucked forever.
It is, but Loki's still worse. At least Series 12 at least had like Villa Diodati, which is like not the worst thing in the world.
Is because we're in this sort of like Kafkaesque, weird, alternate, magical world, and the TVA are established as being, you know, the most powerful beings in the universe.
Which makes no sense, you fucking
it's
monk.
amazing.
Dear lord.
And then
I'm so
Marcus,
angry right now. I cannot
so
believe he's like
passionate about this,
he's
Marcus.
he's defending Loki. Like,
I know.
my God.
I still have not seen the show.
You should
so-
never, ever.
Oh,
ever.
I'm planning on reviewing it like properly.
I
Why?
just
Why'd you do that to
dude, just
I've only
listen to
seen
the
the first three.
soundtrack and watch the Richard E. Grant scene in episode 5, the end of episode 5. That is the only thing you need of value from Loki.
I've only seen the first 3 episodes. That's all I've seen.
Oh, so you it didn't get you, Kang. Good on you.
Yeah,
honestly.
I didn't.
Is it actually confirmed that he's Kang? Like, do they say
Yes.
it?
Yep.
Well,
It's the
not
same
explicit.
actor.
They say like the Conqueror, right? Which is like one of the titles he has, Kang the Conqueror. But I don't think they say.
Right.
I think they only confirmed like third party, but I don't think they did in like the show itself. They didn't.
Yeah. It's like he was announced as Kang for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Oh yeah, great name.
And,
by the way.
now he's in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's in this. So yeah, he's Kang.
Was this after the talk with
Nice.
And he has
EFAP?
like
It
different
was.
versions of himself.
Yeah, this video was definitely after the conversation he had with EFAP, the one we're covering. So yeah,
Oh,
he did not change his mind with Loki. I
concede.
guess.
Yeah, that's right.
That's nice.
I mean, his conversation with EFAP,
Oh.
it went well. I didn't expect him to just completely flip 180 on it. So whatever.
as being, you know, the most powerful beings in the universe, and them collecting Infinity Stones both shows their power, but also shows how they don't care for the trivial matters of all.
Yeah, but why aren't they using
Yes,
Infinity Stones to
trivial.
help them?
Yeah, the trivial matters. Okay.
They have Infinity Stones. They should use them. Maybe.
Maybe
Possibly,
it'd be
perhaps.
useful.
Imagine saying that the Infinity Stones are trivial.
Yes, it's
Oof.
not like we had like an 11-year arc about the Infinity Saga. You know, it's fine.
And they literally
Watch out,
have
I
no idea.
realize that we built up to these. I know that, but they're trivial now.
Yes,
Do you not? But that's not a problem. Do you see the problem with that statement? That there's a problem with that statement. I'm hoping
there
you
is
noticed
a
it.
slight problem, a minuscule problem with that statement. Yeah.
I'm glad you noticed it because I was trying to get you to notice the slight problem in that
Yeah,
statement.
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But trying to get you to realize that there was a slight problem in that statement.
Why did Shandy sound like a retarded Dalek?
Because apparently,
Why do you sound
apparently
like
that's
a
how
retarded
CP sounds.
Dalek?
Oh my god.
As Loki has met up until that point. It's like you thought collecting the Infinity Gauntlet was this big galaxy-ending thing.
Ha,
but
you
it turned-
thought
I didn't
loser.
think I knew it
Jeez.
was. There was this film. Probably don't remember. It's called Infinity War, and Endgame. Those two films are
What's
kind of
that
like,
about?
yeah, they pretty much establish how, like, you know, having the Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones kind of means that you can just destroy the universe and build a new one. It pretty much makes you God, but yeah, it's trivial. It's trivial.
I don't recall that movie.
It's not like it was the highest
Oh, yeah,
grossing movie
yes,
of all time for like 2 years.
This the two highest grossing movies of all time.
Infinity War is not. No, it was never
Yeah,
that
So
high.
wait, so oh wait, no,
Infinity
the
War is
way,
second
the way
highest.
it worked is that Infinity War, when it came out, was the second highest grossing movie of all time behind Avatar. Then Endgame came out and it became the highest grossing movie of all time. Then Avatar re-released in theaters and then became the highest grossing movie of all time again.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is how it went.
Yeah, because they had to re-release. They had to re-release Endgame to beat Avatar, and then Avatar beat Endgame again. Which I'm honestly glad Endgame deserves to fucking die.
Well, I mean, Avatar isn't that great either, so.
I mean, it's
I know, but it's better than
fine.
Endgame.
Yeah, it's like it's not terrible, but it's not good either. It's like
I mean, I don't like it.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
like it.
I
but,
did,
mean,
yeah.
It's better than Endgame.
It's definitely better than Endgame. Just want to say, someone in chat said, could you guys look at Moist Critical's MCU tier list? It's pure unmitigated AIDS. For a taste, he puts Loki over Guardians 2. So I
I'll
am.
look at it real quick.
I'm never ever taking Moist Critical seriously ever again. Yeah.
Who is Moist Critical, by the way?
Do you not know him? Charlie.
Moist?
He's like
Is it? Oh, is
really
it?
big YouTuber. Penguin Zero, yeah.
Oh, is it
Okay, let's
Pinwinzo?
have a
Yeah,
look
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna screenshot this real quick, and I'm gonna send it
yes.
to the chat so everyone can have a look.
Marcus can probably put it on the screen, I guess.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm worried. I don't.
Let's go.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Let me
Okay.
load it. Copy
Stan,
image.
why is there
Okay. So let's see. Fucking
Why
top
is
tier is Infinity
Volume
War,
2?
Iron Man, and Ragnarok. Okay.
Ooh, Civil War, A tier, nice.
Fucking. Okay.
Oh, and Winter Soldier, and
Winter
Far
Soldier,
From
Far
Home.
From
Man,
Home.
This guy
Loki
put
and
Guardians
Shang-Chi
2
are
in
A.
C tier.
Guardians 2 is the
one
same
tier at a
level
time,
as
one tier at a
Ant-Man.
time.
Oh, fucking.
Let's work from the top down. Let's work from the top
Okay,
down.
so Avengers Infinity War, top tier, no. Just fuck off. Critical.
Stan Lee tier.
Yeah,
Lee tier.
Stan Lee tier. It's Iron Man. No, it's good, but no, not top tier. It's not even close to being as good as
A or
Guardians
B
1.
tier, honestly. I haven't seen Ragnarok in a while, so I can't give it a
Ragnarok,
rating.
I'd probably put him C or B. Civil War in A. No.
Is that a D or an F?
Civil War B and
D.
D. Yeah.
D going on
okay.
C.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Winter Soldier is also a D. Like, fuck off. Far From Home is an
Far
F.
From Home
Fuck
is
you.
Is an
Far
F,
From Home's
yeah.
an F.
Avengers at an A,
Far From
I'm
Home,
okay
A,
with.
yeah.
Well, either A or
I
the
actually
top
think
level.
Avengers 1 would probably go in S, to be honest. I know
Avengers 1 is
Jeb
S.
pointed out that it had a few issues, but I still think it deserves S tier.
Oh no, yeah, it's still yeah, it's on the same level as like the Guardians films. Not as good as Guardians 2, but yeah, still pretty good. Loki.
It's the second best in the MCU, probably.
Loki. No, Loki is the
F.
worst.
Definitely not.
Loki
Straight
is
F.
the worst
Shang-Chi.
thing. Loki is just like
Loki's-
genuinely the worst thing.
Loki's
ever.
James Corden.
Yes.
Loki is James Corden.
Shang-Chi would be D or F.
D, probably a D.
Dude, it's really bad. It's phase 4 level. It's like a 2 out of 10. It's just, yeah. I don't know. I'd say an F is warranted.
I think
It's
Captain
got
America:
more-
The First Avenger should be an A. A or B. I think it's fine.
So far I
fine
put
with
it in
B.
B. Yeah.
I'm fine with B. I wouldn't be mad if it was an A. I think A or B is fine for First Avenger.
I'd say B before I rewatch, and I'm
Yeah, I'm
worried it's
glad
not going to
it's
hold
B.
up well considering it's the same writers who wrote every
Endgame.
other fucking film. Endgame is an
Wow.
F. Easily.
Endgame's an F, yeah.
Doctor Strange,
Doctor
probably I'd put it
Strange,
at a C.
Yeah, it's like a C, maybe a low B.
Yeah.
They all go in S, no contest. Stanley.
Why is Guardians 1 so low?
Yeah, Guardians 1
No,
is
it's
at
an
least an A.
S, maybe A.
Yeah, Guardians 1 is at least an A. Black Panther
like
is a D.
It's like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Black Panther
Panther,
is
yeah.
a D. It's terrible. And then Homecoming is also a D. It's terrible. And then Ant-Man is the worst MCU property until Loki. So it's also like James Corden. Then Guardians 2 is the best thing. So
I don't know why
that's
that's in C. This is
Yeah.
I think
terrible.
Iron Man 2 is fine at C, to be honest.
yeah.
Iron Man 2, yeah. I'm fine with that
Then
C.
WandaVision, F.
WandaVision I probably put it
WandaVision
at
is like D or
a
F.
D. I
No,
wouldn't put it
WandaVision
an F.
actually,
It had a few good episodes.
I wouldn't put it an F. I
Okay,
think,
D, yeah.
what are the good episodes? It was 1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
and
3.
then 8.
Yeah.
And then 8, right?
Yeah.
So that's like 4 episodes good, 5 bad. I think C or D, probably.
I put it at D.
Yeah, I'd say D.
Yeah, high D.
Oh, but guys, didn't you realize that because the last few episodes are so bad, it now undoes any of the good that the first few episodes had? Don't you know that that's how that works?
Of course.
I do know that. Yeah. Okay, WandaVision is a James Corden. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, the last episode's
Yeah,
bad, so the
there you go.
entire thing is bad. what if D?
James Corden.
I would.
I don't really know if we can give that an opinion so far because it's not finished yet.
I'd say
So
D simply
far-
because of the Doctor Strange episode. Otherwise, it'd be an F.
I'd go F, to be honest, because there's still one tier below F.
Even then,
I'd
Yeah,
go
there's
F.
James Corden.
I'd go
I
F
don't
easily.
I'll tell you F, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd go F. There's only one good episode, and the other ones have been like
I'd
unbearable.
say D because I just think it's not like
I
destroying.
put it in
just
D
terrible.
because I want to put mine in Wonder. That's how you rate shows, right? Absolutely.
Age of
Sure,
Ultron
yeah,
at a
let's go with that.
D. I think that's fine.
I'd move that up to
I think C would be.
Uh,
It's got some really good character.
I think the
moments.
character work is phenomenal, but the plot is really bad. So I'd say D is
It's like
fair.
It's like a 4 out of 10, maybe.
I'd say
so,
3. The plot
yeah.
is really bad. Dude. It's really bad.
I don't know. I think I'm comfortable putting it at C, to be honest.
Captain Marvel, I'd say D is fair.
D's fine.
Yeah.
D's fine.
Iron Man 3 at a D is also fair. Yeah.
I think
Thor,
Thor's better
yeah.
than
Thor is a
C, to
C.
be honest. I think
Yeah.
Thor's at least a C.
Yeah.
Thor's like a C, yeah. Thor's like a C.
Falcon Winter Soldier at a D.
How many
is
fucking
fine.
aeroplanes are there going to be today? Goddamn.
Falcon Winter Soldier at a D is
Falcon Winter
fine.
Soldier D.
Yeah. Incredible Hulk is not an F. It's better than a lot of the MCU shit. It's a D.
Didn't you say the Incredible Hulk is like a 2 out of 10?
It's a 3 out of 10. It's still terrible, but it's better than a lot of the MCU. So I'd say D.
I sometimes I forget how bad the MCU is. Wow.
Yes. Well, the average for the MCU,
It's really
I think at
bad.
this point it's comfortable saying
two-
the average is like a
2.
3, right? Because like we usually say it's a
Yeah.
4,
Right.
but like considering how terrible Phase 4 has been, I'd say a 3 is probably the average. Bless you.
So you've got 1 10 out of 10. You've got 1 9, I think. You've got 1 8, I think.
1 7.
And the rest are like
I'd
1
say
7, and then the
TFAs
rest are
ones.
like below 5.
Pretty much.
So
I'd say the rest is all like
That-
5 and below. Well, I could see Iron Man 1 being like a 6. From memory, I'd call it a 6 out of 10. So
well, I was calling. Oh, okay. I was thinking of Iron Man as a 7.
no, First
forgot about
Avenger is
First
what
Avenger.
I meant 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about First Avenger. So you've got like, I don't know what does that amount to? Because like most, I think, are like 3s or 4s here, on this list. So
However, you should go
That
through every
probably
one
was
of them
the
again, and
average
we're
one.
already doing a tier list, so let's just finish the tier list and we will.
it's a 3 out of 10, I think, for an average.
Yeah.
Off of the top of my head, probably 3 out of 10.
So Black Widow D or let's say F. is
James
fair.
Corden. James Corden. Black Widow's terrible.
For me, James Corden is on Loki. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp is an F. It's not the worst thing. It's far from being the worst thing. They're like it's terrible. It breaks the universe quite a bit, but it's not like as terrible as Loki or Ant-Man 1. And then Thor: The Dark World is like a D. So
Your mum.
I wouldn't put her in an MCU tier list
That's an F,
myself, but yeah. Huh, you're funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a
So that's our
terrible
list.
tier list to say the least. Yeah.
He said yeah to being a sib for his mum. Fucking
You've
bread.
heard our list now.
Yeah,
So,
you've heard our list, and you know that Criticals is terrible. So Moist Critical. So yeah, what if episode 2, as explained by Full Fat. We're almost finishing this video, even though
Oh.
we're not even halfway through.
Oh, Francine said, to be fair, what's this list based on? Because he might have said enjoyment, and this is worthless.
I mean,
Yeah,
all
he
his
could've,
ratings are
probably.
based on enjoyment, and I don't really care. Like the Moist meter
If
is a
they
terrible
are,
metric.
it's
I
wrong.
hate it. Like he says that John Wick 3 is like one of the best films ever made. So he's an
What?
idiot.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
he
about
says
the
it's
first
like
one?
he says that John Wick 3 is like the best action movie ever. So
No,
what about the
no.
first John Wick?
I think he thinks it's
What
good. I
about
don't
it?
know. I stopped watching him a long time ago. I don't care about it.
Yeah, I used to watch him a long time ago.
Yeah, I stopped
but,
watching when
yeah,
most of his
John Wick
videos
3 is
became just
bad.
recordings, like clips from his streams. It's like just became super boring, especially because his streams are like the audio super low quality. Yeah, it's cringe. But anyway,
Yeah, John Wick 3 is bad.
But anyway, T'Challa, the great Star Lord.
Turns out, only like apocalyptic for the little people in this world, a la the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy, for like an organisation as mighty as the TVA, and eventually we discover Kang, it's small fry stuff. So I actually think that works really well within the magical reality that Loki is trying to create.
No.
The literal universe-ending fucking moment is small scale. I hate that word at this point.
Stuff, yeah, it's just like this is just
get what they're
textbook power
doing.
creep.
I get what they're doing. That's not the problem. The problem is what they're doing is fucking terrible. It's not good. That's the problem.
Yeah, I get what they were trying to
I don't
symbolize
have
by
a problem
having
with
them
what
as
they're doing.
paperweights. The idea, I guess, makes enough sense for what they're trying to go for. It doesn't make sense within the context of the story and the fucking up with like power creeping, which is terrible.
Yeah, because you're retroactively making you're taking away the stakes of what you built up to for 11 years. That's the problem. I don't care what they're doing with like paperweights and stuff. That's like I know what they're doing. It's the consequences of what they're doing. That's the issue here.
Pretty much.
But with Thanos, it's like, yeah, I like the idea that in an alternate world, maybe he could even be a good guy. But I feel like
no, he
can be a good guy. Did you miss the part
for him to be a good guy? You need for his planet not to have been destroyed. You need just change how Titan like works because you
just need a good argument.
Oh, that as well. But he says in Infinity War that his planet was like on the verge of extinction. He would propose the thing to kill half the population to, not preserve resources.
They called him a madman.
Yeah, they called him a madman. It was like, the planet was destroyed, and the other planets where I did kill half the population, they're prospering. Like he says that about Gamora's planet, even though it's a contradiction to Guardians 1, where it says that Gamora is the last of her species, but whatever. So yeah, you can't just be like, yo, I could see.
Don't you just love it when sequel films retroactively change canon, like a certain web-slinging superhero does several times?
What? No,
But it's fine, guys, because those movies are surprisingly well written with great character moments. It's like, no.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like you can't consider genocide at one point in your life and then be like, yeah, no, I'm
maybe.
I mean, I consider genocide daily, but I haven't done it.
It was just a phase. It was just hormones.
A phase, Mom.
I feel like you guys are heavily downplaying the appeal of genocide. It becomes really appealing daily, especially if you're on Twitter.
I am getting scared.
We're talking about people who don't use Twitter here. We're talking about people who are, normal mentally. People.
Even then, I mean, oof.
Shandy, I'm a little scared now.
Good.
I agree with Shandy. The human species are a waste.
Sure. Let's continue watching this video about a Marvel TV show. Let's stop talking about genocide, please. Thank you.
It works much better a throwaway gag that we don't have to see or think.
This is a
much
family
about.
program.
Bruh, he thinks it's better as a throwaway gag? What?
Why?
Why?
I don't know which one would be worse, actually. If it's just dismissed off screen, or if it's the fact that they do continually show it.
Funnily enough, I think the throwaway gag might be worse.
Oh, wait, what throwaway gag are we talking about?
He's saying
the
thing with Thanos.
Being a good guy.
Oh no! That's not a throwaway gag. That's a complete
no. He's not saying it is. He says that it would have been better as a throwaway gag.
It would be better
if they just mentioned it and it's never shown that Thanos changed. It's just they mentioned it and it's like, yeah, that happened off screen, I guess. Which one would have been better? I don't know, honestly, because if it was a throwaway gag, it would be completely downplaying Thanos's involvement. With showing him, at least you're like, okay, so this is like Thanos still around, like he's still trying to do something with his life. He just didn't abandon everything because you're. Well, I don't know. It's character assassination either way. It's hard. It's really hard.
It is character assassination either way, but the throwaway gag is like you're character assassinating someone and then you're not really paying much attention to it. It's like you're literally throwing it away. Like it is a throwaway gag. Like you don't really care about it. You're basically just doing it to be like an aha moment, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's bad either way.
I would think that one would be worse. They're both terrible, but I feel like that might be worse.
If someone had just T'Challa, are you the guy that like had that debate with Thanos and got him to think about his genocide differently? Yes, it was actually me. I am indeed that charming. Like, I feel like that would have been the sort of gag that would make me go, oh, that's funny. I love the idea that he would just...
No.
What?
No.
Why?
I think
No.
that's even worse.
Why? Why are you like this? Why are you so easy to please?
I just
I
and it's not
don't
like I
like
don't understand. Like, if
this
he actually
idea.
likes this idea, then why does he prefer it as a throwaway gag rather than actually seeing Thanos? I don't. What? I don't
I'm
understand.
confused as to which. I'm confused as to why it would work better as a throwaway gag. Like, he hasn't explained
Yeah.
that. He's just saying it would, but he's not. He hasn't
Because
said
it would have
why.
been funnier.
Yeah, it's fucking what
Yeah,
if
it's more
humor,
funny that
phenomenal.
way.
I love the what if humor. Not gonna
I
lie,
do
you
like
know
what if
the
humor.
the kind of humor that I actually think was funny. The first time Doctor Strange, he rewinds time in episode 4 and he's talking to Christine, like he's using the things she was gonna say because he heard it the first time and he's like making jokes about it. I thought that was actually
that was
funny, and it was like, yeah, worked pretty well character wise, for that moment.
And I liked this. I don't know what his name was, but the dude, the keeper who was at the library,
Mhm.
the one who eventually gets old and stuff. The interactions with him were pretty kind of quirky, and they kind of fit into the way Doctor Strange was kind of like Doctor Strange type of dialogue in that movie. It was like
Yeah.
kind of similar, and I thought that was kind of quirky and funny, so I like that.
Yeah.
This no,
Thanos.
I don't like this.
Yeah, but good argument.
And convince him
Good
to
argument,
snap his
yeah,
fingers
fair
and
enough.
wipe out half of reality. But actually seeing the character and having him sit down with the rest of the gang and like vibe and chill, like just doesn't quite sit right with me.
Try
But
to
why?
explain why. What is exactly the difference? You don't.
Please explain.
He hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't explained it. It's just. I know it's subjective, but there are reasons why your subjective feelings are the way they are, and you can explore them. And you're a reviewer. You should be able to pour out your thoughts pretty well onto a video, wouldn't you? In theory, you should. Hopefully, you'd expect to.
Yeah.
To have Thanos join the team as any other heavy that gets his ass kicked for the team.
Which also doesn't make sense because he's supposed to be so good at fighting that he beats Hulk, and also so strong.
Don't you just love the part where like a regular taser takes him out at the exact same time it takes literally everyone out? Like, apparently Thanos' durability is not the exact same as a regular jobber. It's like,
Dude, I love that. That was my favorite part. I
That
love
was my
that so
favorite
much.
part. Yeah, no, yeah, Thanos is terrible in this episode. I hate everything to do with Thanos in this
What are you
episode.
talking about?
I'm
It's
sorry.
literally Thanos.
It's literally an alternate universe. It's fine.
It's literally Thanos, dude.
Yeah,
I loved him.
like he
He was so
looks
good.
purple when he's voiced by Josh Brolin. I think that's enough.
What more do you want? I mean, it's Thanos.
Just diminishes his power and his feeling of invincibility.
It
that they
does,
built up
yes.
so well for
I would
literally
agree with
a
this.
decade of MCU stories.
Get to the
Oh,
ship.
but full fat. It's an alternate universe. Why are you so mad at this? It's not canon.
You got him.
But full fat, why are you getting mad at this? This is an alternative reality. It is a whatever.
Your throat's gonna be killing you
I
by
do
the end of
sound
the
like
stream.
My throat's
I
fine.
definitely sound like
Oh,
that.
it is now. I said by the end of the stream. We're not even halfway through this video.
It just depends on how
We're
often
probably
you
gonna
eat
move
or-
on. We're probably gonna move on.
What do you mean? He's Thanos! He's Hulk tier. He's one of the most durable, unstoppable. He's one of
Yeah.
the strongest characters.
I agree
in
with
the
all of
MCU.
this.
He's beyond Hulk tier. He messed up
I agree.
Thor,
Well, not beyond
Yes.
Hulk tier, but yes, I agree.
Loki, Heimdall, and the Hulk in the first 10
Yeah.
minutes of Infinity War, and he didn't even use the gauntlet.
I'm with you here.
You don't need the
Yeah,
clip.
This is all.
This is so useless.
I mean, I'm fine with him showing relative clips. That's okay with me.
But these are
I feel
relevant.
like-
He said, this happens, and then he shows it happening. Like, thanks, I know it happened. Like, it's not like
A good tip to use is to speak over the footage that you're
Yeah,
using.
That was exactly what I was gonna
Yeah,
say. Just put the clip
I
as
agree.
you're talking, and then you're showing what you mean. It's like, yo, you're showing the reference, but also not wasting my fucking time with repeating what you just said. You fucking wow.
If you want a good example of this, go watch my video at www.shandy.com at YouTube.
Happy
Guys, type Marcus is
birthday
mad.
to you.
That yeah.
Type Marcus is mad in the chat.
Marcus is mad in the chat. Okay.
Okay. I'm just pausing for copyright, but yeah. Copyright, but yeah. Him being beaten by his own children of Thanos is like a fucking slap in the face for who Thanos is. It's really terrible.
And now you're
It's an
trying to
alternate
tell
reality.
me that 2 members of the Black Order can hand his arse to him on a
Hey,
platter
we agree.
with relish. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't buy that 4 members of the Black Order could take down Thanos. And yeah, maybe the fact that he's gone straight, maybe he's lost his edge, maybe that's kind of what they're going
Nope,
Straight.
That's not what losing your edge means. Losing your edge means that you haven't done shit for years. Not
He's been fighting with the
going good.
Ravagers. Like, he's not just gonna lose his durability or his ability to fight, especially if he has been fighting with the Ravagers. What? This is so dumb, full fat. Fuck you. I mean, I know you're criticizing the same thing I am, but still.
Thanos who could literally mollywop Hulk in like a matter of seconds. Yeah, no, he is not losing to the Black Order. Not happening.
Yeah, no, fuck off.
for. I just think ultimately it takes away his edge across every MCU appearance.
It does,
not just
yes.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking
Oh,
god,
more
stop with the clips. This is so useless. Fucking
To
hell.
be fair, this is probably not the clip I would use. This is.
I wouldn't
OP.
use any clip because it's you don't need a clip to exemplify his point. You just fucking hell. We know why this upsets me so much, because my wisecrack video, it took me so fucking long to edit that video because I wanted the video to be really well edited and have the clips be, you know, really only the relevant stuff, and using visual clips just when I only needed the visuals, and also have, you know, the audio clips when I needed them. And it's like, this is just fuck's sake, this is terrible editing.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
I
Dominic.
just throw random shit on the screen and hope people like it. That's what I do.
Dominic sent a super chat saying Marcus is mad. Also, clean your desk. I am mad, but I will not clean my desk.
Yes.
So fuck you.
Clean it, you fucking degenerate.
I will not. Actually, I think I have a copyright cover. Do I?
mud
Yeah.
hut.
Let's use the copyright cover there. So you know you can't get fucked full fat. Fuck you.
He's not a character like T'Challa who's on the audience's side, who we could see go through deviations. He's the boogeyman. He's the emperor of the MCU. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's the big bad.
I don't know if I'd use Boogeyman to describe Thanos, but okay.
Yeah, me neither. But I get his point. He's the big bad. He's just using a
It's
billion
a
different ways
nitpick.
to say the same exact thing because he can't fucking word his scripts properly. Which I know he's reading a script because he has his laptop open with the script on to his right. So, you know, maybe you should rework your scripts. Maybe don't be so redundant.
Did you just say he words his crypts properly?
His words his scripts. He doesn't do it properly. That's what I said. Fucking.
Full fed as a crypt confirmed. He ain't no blood.
We should always feel afraid and intimidated by, even if he becomes a story of legend. Do you know what I mean? Even if we never see Thanos again, and characters always refer to the events of Infinity War and Endgame, blah 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 blah. I just feel like he should never become a joke.
My friend,
I
that sounds
agree.
I agree.
You should never become a joke. I agree. I'm using the copyright cover.
awful
again.
lot like genocide.
No, because it's
Kind of like how the Infinity Stones became
it's
a
not
joke.
just-
in
I
Loki,
also
but-
hate that moment so much because it's not how you someone who believes in the Malthusian. I think it's Malthusian. How you say? It's kind of like that in Portuguese. Anyway, the Malthusian way of, like, if you kill people to preserve resources, you know, you're gonna turn out better. That's not how someone who believed in that would explain it. It's just like, oh, because it's random, then it's not genocide. It's like, no, that's not really how he would explain it. But whatever.
Pretty sure in Infinity War he does actually describe it as genocide. Like,
I don't think so. I think someone says it's genocide, and he says it's like the person's not open-minded or some shit. Let me see. Infinity War.
I think Strange calls it genocide.
Yeah, yeah. That's what the moment I'm thinking of. He says it's genocide, and he Thanos kind of looks upset. It's like, oh, clearly he doesn't understand. Okay, Strange says genocide. Thanos says, but at random, dispassionate, fair to reach and poor alike. They called me a madman, and what I predicted came to pass. So I guess even if he does say okay, I still think his reaction is that he because this is just the words from this what they say. It's not like they have their reaction. I think Thanos reacts to it as if Doctor Strange doesn't fully understand what he means. But even then, if he doesn't do that, and his only argument is but at random, then I agree that it's I still say it's a bad line to for Thanos' character. I don't care. It'd be an issue with Infinity War as well, so whatever.
Thanos that has this kind of weird power scaling in the episode. The Black Order can take on Thanos 1 minute, and then the next Nebula is tearing holes in them, making donuts out of them with a pistol.
Why did
Korath was established.
Okay, why did you show the clip of Bill and Doctor Who? Couldn't you just use the clip from What If? I don't. This it's an epic, whatever.
No.
Well.
Established in the first Guardians of the Galaxy as being like supremely strong, or at least stronger than an average creature. Definitely super strong and super fast compared to an ordinary man like Peter Quill. Which meant that he couldn't face him head on in a one-to-one fight. He had to run away or outthink the situation.
Jesus.
Didn't you call him a moron? And now you're saying he had to outthink stuff?
No, never. No.
No, morons don't ever think on the spot.
Happy birthday.
Jeb, why do you randomly just say happy birthday?
I don't know.
Okay.
Raph comes face to face with Drax, a character who is also super strong, that they have a one-on-one fight and he beats him.
Finger to the throat means.
I hate the use of clips because he actually did it right for the first time and then he's like, no, let me show the rest of the fucking clip. Let me just...
Marcus, we gotta get to 10 minutes somehow, okay?
Well,
so you established...
This already been 11 minutes.
We have to get to 20 minutes
He's gonna
somehow.
cruise through this. He's gonna cruise through this.
You know, he's no easy customer. He packs a wallop. And then in this, ordinary man T'Challa just has a fist fight with him, and Korath...
It would make sense if T'Challa was raised with the Black Panther serum, but unfortunately the fucking movie retconned that shit to him only being allowed to take it when he becomes king, which doesn't make sense at all, because imagine an entire country of super soldiers. That would really help protect your borders, you stupid fucking movie.
Yes, Black Panther is retarded as fuck.
Yeah.
Split his skull in two.
Yeah, hit me.
Even with all the skills and expertise T'Challa has learnt and picked up over the years, both from Wakanda and from spacefaring, I still don't believe he'd be able to be punched in the face by Korath and be absolutely fine. And like, yeah, the scene works in the context.
He's actually brought up a very good point. I've never really thought about that. Korath would kick his ass.
He should, yes, but T'Challa's so cool though.
But yeah, good on you, full fat. I hadn't even thought of that.
It's the MCU version of Jeb is cool though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Star-Lord
boy.
is Tin and T'Challa is Jeb. It all fits.
Sorry, but I just find it weird that you're going into incredibly descriptive detail on things like there. That's the moment where Peggy decided to open the floodgates on a new universe, and all these tiny granular things. But then something big like that, like Korath's abilities, you just completely change and there's no explanation. Like, why isn't he?
Yeah, but there would. The point is that you change one thing. You don't need an explanation. It's just inconsistent. This is not just because it's a what if. It's just poor writing. I don't think you understand that. Full fat that it's contradicting the rest of the MCU. Thus, it's a problem. Not that it's just, oh, they should have explained it, because it wouldn't make sense if Korath suddenly wasn't as strong as he used to be. Even if it is explained. Like, no.
Super strong anymore. This happened again in Loki with all the regular humans that Sylvie kept taking over, that could have a fight with Tom Hiddleston's Loki, who is supposed to be like bulletproof and able to take on Captain America.
You don't need the clip. I remember Avengers 2012. I definitely do.
Come on.
This guy packs a wallet. I don't remember it being that easy.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Okay, I'm okay with these clips. It'll to prove his point. Like, he shouldn't use this in a fucking what if video, but I'm okay with putting the clips together to show his point. That's fine. I've retract my previous madness, my last madness at this video, but I'm fine. Well, actually, Madness. No, not Madness. Whatever. I
They
don't
seem
fucking
to
care.
have
Let's
just
move on.
forgotten the things they've set up in previous movies. I guess maybe it's a symptom of the fact that the MCU is getting a bit long in the tooth now. There's so much content that we're gonna start having inconsistencies, a la something like Doctor.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start having inconsistencies. Yes.
Bro, we had inconsistencies as early as fucking Avengers Age of Ultron. What do you mean? My
Yeah,
God.
even earlier than that, probably.
Yeah,
Like, where-
Winter Soldier was
Literally.
before Age of Ultron. So, well, Iron Man 3 was before all that. So yeah, I guess Iron Man 3 was probably the first one who had like big inconsistencies with shit like that.
Hell,
Oh yeah,
that was
Iron Man
almost,
3 was like
that
the
was almost
first
10
Phase,
years ago.
Phase 2 movie.
Yeah.
That was almost 10 years ago. Oh
Yeah,
my
it was
god.
8 years ago at this point. Yeah.
Ice
Doctor Who,
Damn.
which, you know, in its plus 50, almost 60-year history, has so many inconsistencies. So, really, Koraf's power scaling is just the tip of the iceberg. And maybe you're thinking, well, it doesn't matter, this is its own thing. Well, if you're going to make a big
No, it does matter. No, why would I say that? That's dumb, Fufet. You don't need no.
deal out of every minute change in this what-if world, including narration to really hammer it home, it seems strange to then take a bunch of characters' strengths and capabilities and just throw them all out the window. I don't think this is just like a little fanboy complaint, because I think it would tie into the story better. T'Challa is a character that we know to be super strong and super fast and is basically like super soldier tier. So what happens in a storyline where he's just as smart and capable, but he no longer has any of that super strength?
That is an interesting story, but it's not what we could get here because he shouldn't be as smart as he is as an adult because he's taken as a kid. But, you know, whatever.
The strength of the Black Panther
Why?
stripped.
Why are you
MCU
showing the clip? I'm so mad.
Panther could have a fist fight with Koraf.
Breathe,
but this
Marcus.
T'Challa can't. Whoop, bye! Of course, because we only have 30 minutes for this episode, he takes him out and we swiftly move on. And a good example of what I'm talking about is in this very episode. Ebony Moore is a telekinetic who probably would still beat Black Panther in a fight, but Black Panther without his
Probably.
powers,
What?
that's a no-go.
Yeah, probably.
He
I don't
beat
know
Doctor
how you can
Strange.
do that, by the way.
Well, with his ability to inspire people.
His ability to inspire people. Fuck off.
What?
Like, no. Fuck you.
Yes.
No, this is like no.
T'Challa. Yes. No, I agree with this. This is completely right.
Kill yourself, CV. I never want to speak to you again.
You heard it, folks. Marcus has sent me a death threat.
Oh yeah.
What the f was that noise?
It's like
Sound like an air
I have
freshener.
no idea.
it sounds like a fucking cat
It sounded-
dying, but if you want to say it's an air freshener, sure.
It sounded like Marcus telling me to kill myself.
Oh no, that was just before. I
Okay.
think you're confusing it, CV. Similar noises. To
No,
be fair.
I'm
Cat
not.
dying
It's the
and
same
someone
thing.
telling you to kill yourself because you know cats probably tell you to kill yourself too because you're a terrible person.
Yeah, and you sound like a cat, so there's
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Because you're a massive pussy.
So anyway, T'Challa.
So anyways.
Thus, the heart of the original King
Let's
Lear
change the
character
topic.
is present in this scene. The King is still in there, even though he's now a lord.
Lord, it is not
But he's not a king. He was never a king. Fuck you. You're saying this as if kill yourself. You're saying this as if it's like T'Challa is just the same person he was in Black Panther. But this is like he was taken as a child 30 years before Black Panther ever happened. Like you gotta stop trying to connect.
This is an
Black
alternate
Panther.
universe.
CV, I'm actually going to murder your family.
Nitpicking. Nitpicker.
an official title, nor is it one I am comfortable with. Of course, you will be humble.
And he hasn't relied on his strength or punching his way out, as with the Koraf scene earlier.
What? What? No, he does. He actively wants to fight Korath. He tells Korath
No,
to
he doesn't.
use. He tells Korath to use his weapon when Korath was like, no, I can't just not use it. So he actually does want to
Yeah.
fight. He likes fight. If he didn't, he wouldn't have fought Korath. He wouldn't have to.
Marcus, in my opinion, I don't think he wants to fight Korath. Just saying.
I'm so tired right now. Don't care.
I think you're
Thanos and
correct.
Nebula
Thank you.
Fuck you.
being on the same side as well doesn't sit right with me. Even though this is an alternate reality, I still feel like every What If episode is in dialogue with the original MCU.
Of course it is. You don't have to feel like it. That's exactly what it is. What if we change this one thing? My God, Full Fed, how dumb are you? You have to be. Wow, is that, you know, guys? I actually think What If is supposed to be canon.
To be fair, a lot of people think the same way because a lot of people are really.
Yeah, but people are fucking retarded. This is like this guy's job is to analyze fucking films and TV shows, and he's like, "Yo, I made this incredible discovery that the episodes of What If are actually supposed to, you know, be in line with the rest of the MCU with continuity somewhat." It's like, dude, no shit, wow, incredible! You fucking cracked the code, Full Fat. You're a genius.
Just because you
But is he as smart as T'Challa, though?
Well, I think he's almost as smart as T'Challa, but you know, as
nobody's smarter than T'Challa.
So what you're saying is Full Fat could convince Thanos that he had a bad idea.
I think it'd be 50-50, whereas with T'Challa is like 100% that he would be able to, you know.
I think you're being mean to Full Fat. I think you should apologise.
I think I'm not being mean enough.
I mean, I praised his beard, so I think I'm off the hook.
Good. Be nice to him. Don't be like Marcus.
Uh-huh.
Marcus is Brazilian, he can't help it.
That is true.
Yeah, he is a degenerate indeed.
A character like Nebula, who has been eternally abused by her father.
Thanos pulled my eye from my head.
You don't need the clip. We know she's being abused by her fucking. Fuck you.
And my brain from my skull.
I am.
This is
really
a great
enjoying
scene, by the way.
this.
I love the scene. This fucking. I adore this scene. Yeah, great scene.
It's a good scene.
And my arm from my body.
Karen Gillan is really great.
Why do you have to use the clips?
Stop! I already know
He was abused. That sums everything up in one sentence.
Like, you
I'm
just
gonna
have to
clip
continue your
that
sentence.
scream, Marcus.
Probably sounded better on stream than it did on Discord, to be fair. But yeah, whatever.
Somebody please go clip that and send it to me on Twitter, please.
Marcus is just nitpicking.
I'm gonna nitpick your skull off your body, you fucking degenerate.
That's kind of hot.
It's kind of hot, but it's kind of hard. Because I think there's a worse answer. Yeah.
I think you people are absolutely mental.
A bit. You've known us for a long time, Shandy. You know we're not normal.
Yeah, all mental here.
Marcus.
Anyways, the video.
And a lot of the damage is still.
I didn't even realize it was still playing. What the fuck?
Probably want to see in Guardians Volume 3. I just think it's odd and cheapens that relationship.
Aye, Commander.
I agree. It cheapens their relationship. It is terrible. Fuck this episode. It is fucking
Also, why would
garbage.
Thanos work for T'Challa? Why wouldn't he just be like, okay,
Because he heard a good fucking argument, Shandy. A good argument.
No. Why wouldn't he be like, okay, I have a new goal in life and it's to help save planets. I'm gonna go and do that on my own with my own army and with my own ambition and
Because
my own power.
T'Challa is just so fucking cool that he couldn't help himself but to join him.
He wanted gay bum sex with T'Challa.
Exactly.
So he stayed.
Jim, why are you the way you are?
I think so many people have asked that question at this point and nobody knows the answer. So
Why are
anyway,
we questioning
no,
me?
Thanos.
What?
When T'Challa tells Nebula that Thanos really has changed, she replied flippant.
The past doesn't.
I can tell you want to get through this video.
Yeah, I just want to finish this
Thanos and
video.
anal.
We have 5 minutes.
Thanos and anal.
I'm gonna kick you from this call, Jeb. But yeah, the fucking Nebula saying the past isn't erased after Thanos is changed. It's like, yeah, Thanos wouldn't just change out of nowhere and be like, yo, everything's fine now, all is forgiven. Obviously, he wouldn't be. But then we have the rest of the episode.
think he would.
Garbage. Yeah, of course you do, Jeb, because you're fucking furry.
For gay sex, I think he would do anything.
Jeb, please never speak again.
Realize that they've still got a load of old wounds that they need to patch up, and there's still a lot of bad blood between them. So you
I always
can't then have
wondered why
them
they didn't have
running
free speech
around
laws, and now I know.
doing hijinks. It doesn't address that past relationship in any meaningful way, which makes it feel like you should just cut Thanos out of it.
Yes.
Or Nebula. One of the two.
That's
I personally
homophobic,
think
full
Nebula.
fat.
Maybe you should. Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck's sake. Maybe they just shouldn't have made this episode at all. Hot take, but yeah, fuck this episode.
No,
Maybe
we
they
need
shouldn't
to-
have made this show. Maybe they should just like not do.
Just
do
movie, make it like a
animated
quick movie,
movies
doesn't
for
it?
like the good episodes.
It would actually be quite interesting if they had made Doctor Strange films. Like, make it animated, even to have like budget being lower, and they'll release it only on Disney Plus. But then we have like it tying into, I guess, Multiverse of Madness, and then we have this other Doctor Strange. Well, yeah, I guess the multiverse story with the and we learn about this other Doctor Strange through the Watcher or some shit. I don't know. I think it'd be neat if they actually had made it like a full film, even if it's animated, rather than just a 30-minute episode. Even though I still think it's a good episode.
What if Iron Man was black? That's all good, what if?
Well, we're gonna have Killmonger
yeah.
joining Iron Man in the next episode, so maybe we'll see that. Oh yeah,
He's
aren't
not
they?
black.
Aren't they going? Oh yeah, Killmonger isn't black. Aren't they doing?
What
the...
if Tony's mum
What's her
fucked
face?
the milkman?
What?
Are they-
What did I just hear?
Aren't they doing
Oh my
the fucking secret? Is it Secret Wars or whatever the fuck it is with Ironheart?
Secret Invasion.
Secret?
Oh, wait. No,
I don't know
there's
what-
a show called Secret Invasion. But
Secret
that's
Invasion,
something
yes.
You want
else.
about?
Yeah.
You want about Armor Wars, Marcus?
Armor Wars. That's the one I'm
Yeah.
thinking of. Yeah, I
That's with
mixed the
Rhodey.
two.
That's with Rhodey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ironheart has been confirmed. I forgot her name, so I'm just gonna call
Pretty
her
sure she was
Ironheart.
confirmed for.
Oh,
Wakanda
Kronos
Forever.
is saying. Kronos is saying maybe they should have made What If well written.
Maybe you should shut up, Cronus. Criticizing my show.
But what'd you say, Tin? Fuck Tin, what'd you say? She was confirmed for
I
what?
remember her
Ten,
being
ten,
confirmed for.
10.
Jeb.
Jeb, you bad good face.
Wait, she was confirmed for what? Jeb's talking over you, please.
I
Jeb.
remember her being confirmed for Wakanda Forever.
Oh shit, yeah, I think
No.
it is.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
that's true.
Who's confirmed?
Ironheart? I forgot.
Ironheart. Oh.
Riri.
Oh,
Riri,
yeah.
Who the
Riri,
fuck
yeah,
is
Riri.
I'm doing
Ironheart?
Riri, right? Yeah.
Riri Williams, MCU. She, yeah, it's gonna be. No.
I'm
Thorne had
surprised they're not
previously been
doing
announced as
Tony's
MCU
daughter.
Riri Williams for the hero's self-titled Ironheart series coming to Disney Plus. So apparently she's gonna get her own TV show.
Yeah,
Yay.
this was announced ages ago.
Yeah, but
You
that doesn't
should-
mean I'm
I've
gonna
never heard
remember
of in
it. It's
my
fucking
entire life.
Riri
She's
Williams.
going
Why the
to
fuck
get
would I
her
care
own
about
TV
Riri
show.
Williams? I'm talking over Shandy. I don't know what you
Because
said.
she's in
Shandy,
the
could you repeat yourself?
comics.
Shut the fuck up, CV. What are you saying, Shandy? Could you?
She's a
please
black
repeat
Iron
yourself?
We
Man.
have fun here on ECUM.
We do.
It's a black Iron Man.
She is a black Iron
It's a-
Man, yes.
Rhodey isn't
Yeah,
a black
well,
Iron Man.
We're
Yeah,
all shouting
yeah,
over
Black
each other.
Thanos.
Feels just like Filmcast.
I mean, I'm talking normally.
What do you mean, wait, you're not.
I'm talking normally.
Okay, so full fat.
She got dusted.
Marcus,
Stay in Endgame where you belong.
can you pause the
Yes,
video?
Jeb.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Ready to comply.
God's sake.
Marcus, I can't tell if you're wheezing or if you're just quiet.
It's Jeb, he's always wheezing.
No, I'm talking about Marcus.
He literally
Marcus, are you
said
wheezing or
Marcus.
just quiet? Marcus,
Hi.
you alright?
Oh,
You alright?
he went for a
I'm
pee.
great. Yeah.
He went to pee again.
I'm talking right now from the toilet. Yeah. So anyway, full fat.
Goodbye, Thanos. You got dusted.
Fuck you.
Stay in Endgame where you belong.
Fuck you.
He's gonna shut the phone, isn't he? Oh, just don't need it. Just don't need it. I also have a lot of questions with the setup for this episode. It makes sense to me that the Ravagers...
please.
I don't understand how you can criticize the episode this much and then say it's good.
People have different standards, Marcus.
Yes, my standards are something is shit, but I enjoy it. It's good. So,
yeah.
I think you're
Learn
too
to
harsh.
enjoy shit.
I think you're too harsh, Marcus. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I'm not harsh enough.
Pick up T'Challa based on, you know, a big cosmic signal emitting from that corner of the Earth, and then thinking, oh, it must be Peter Quill. It's a bit of a stretch, but I can go with it for the purposes of this episode. But what I do think is
No,
okay.
you cannot. No, fuck
I don't
you.
think you can. I think you
no.
want to so that you can enjoy what you're watching. I think that's
Pretty
what's
much.
going on. Yeah.
That sounds more reasonable.
Don't criticize product. Just consume product and get excited for next product. You know.
Yes.
Is Jeb asleep? Never mind, he's just boring. Did you just miss where I made everyone laugh by trolling Marcus?
Did you just miss when I made everyone laugh by trolling Marcus?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shandy's just trying to
That is
talk like
exactly how
Tim,
it sounds.
you know, like an 80-year-old man. So anyway,
weird is that they then pick up T'Challa. Yondu's like, this ain't the kid we want. And then they just blast off and don't finish the job?
yeah,
Why?
it's done.
Yondu
man.
was fully prepared to abduct Peter.
That's that's the premise for the episode. For fat, you'd think that if the
That's a
premise
good
for the
point.
for something is broken, you'd think it's wouldn't be good. But whatever.
Will,
Art is
why did you go through
subjective, Marcus.
You're subjective.
with it? I kind of thought because they
Learn
had such a healthy
about opinions and stuff.
It's my opinion that you should never reproduce. So anyway,
relationship at the
My
start of the
opinion
episode.
that you shouldn't deafen
we
me.
were gonna...
sure.
Yeah, don't turn into Joe.
Why? Yondu was fully prepared to
I
abduct
need to
Peter
pause
Quill.
this.
Why didn't you go through with it?
No, keep
Zod.
going, keep going, keep going. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again.
Zod, don't insult me.
Don't tell me. Keep playing
swear
the
to
video.
I kind of thought because they had such a healthy relationship at the start of the episode, we were going to find out that Yondu indeed finished the job, and in this reality, he took Peter Quill straight to Ego. Ego murders him.
What he would
That would
have?
be
There's
a
a
very
reason.
short episode.
Did you just?
That would be
I
a
don't know why
very
he would do
short
that.
episode,
Did you
my guy.
miss the
don't know
entirety
why.
of Guardians 2, where Yondu says he wouldn't take him there because he realized what was happening, that everyone was dying, so he didn't want Peter Quill to die, so he wanted to take care of Peter Quill. That's what he did. Ah.
Yes, I did miss that.
Fuck you then. Let me show a trillion fucking clips in a row that are completely useless to prove my point. I don't like Phil
Happy
Fett.
birthday.
Jeff,
No,
fuck
no, I
you.
don't think it's quite as many. It's more like 3.
Marcus is getting worked up this time.
Fuck off.
I know.
Marcus
I
is
think-
turning into me from last stream. God damn.
I think he's
Yeah,
a
he
child.
is. He really is.
Finding out, Yondu's not the good father he thought he was. He's not the
Yondu obviously is not a good father. That's what we learned in Guardians 2, that he wanted to love Peter, but he didn't want to show it, and it's the same. The arc he goes through with
Also-
Rocket Raccoon. It's a great arc because Rocket
He may
also
have been your father,
Fu-
boy, but he ain't your daddy.
That's not
Also,
the part I'm
another
talking about, but
thing-
yes.
Kinky.
Another
Fuck
thing
you.
is that the whole father dynamic doesn't really work here because Peter didn't have a dad growing up, so Yondu basically being his surrogate father works a lot better there because it's like, okay, I've never had a dad, and the one that I've got now is a bit of a prick, but at least I have one now. T'Challa had a father growing
Do-
up, so
do-
I don't see why he would Yondu as his father.
Do you remember what? Oh, I love that moment.
No.
Fuck you. When Peter Quill, he says that he, really liked he thought he wanted David Hasselhoff to be his dad growing up, and then when he describes David Hasselhoff, and then by the end of the film, I think it's during the funeral, he says like he basically what he used to describe David Hasselhoff, he describes Yondu as, and it's like, yo, this is fucking
he's like,
phenomenal character writing.
yeah, he didn't have a talking car, but he had other stuff.
Yeah.
I think he talks about his fin. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the fin. He said,
But,
yeah, but he had like a flying arrow or some shit. It's like, yes, like, yeah, you didn't like you
And so
had
it's
still
like,
had
in
this
a way,
dad.
David Hasselhoff was my father.
Yeah.
in a way. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's-
that was like really, really good.
I love Guardians just so much, and then it's like, yo, what if Yondu was like fucking T'Challa's dead. Why? Yes. It's because he lies to him. But yeah, whatever. It's hard to describe right now because I'm really upset at this fucking video. So anyway.
I love Guardians too. We should watch it soon.
Yeah. I might watch it tonight just to wash the taste off this fucking garbage ass video.
Person who
You're an actual nerd.
I am a nerd.
Yes,
I like being a nerd. Now, Jeb, could you please shut the fuck up or contribute to the conversation? Thank you.
He's a host. Why are you asking him to shut up?
Well, Tin is here, so I don't understand what the issue is.
Tin is old. So.
Paul Zod, I guess. Fuck Zod.
Well, Zod talks more than Tin, so.
That is true.
I'm wrong, though. Well,
10-year-old.
Of course I do.
Yeah, it's just true, Tin.
Marcus,
Stop making old
just
man
get rid of
noises.
the video instead of you pausing it every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's my
Yeah,
fault.
no.
Truly, yeah. Oh fuck off.
Like, the fallout of that of T'Challa.
I like this. I
finding
like
out,
angering
Yondu's
Marcus.
not the good father. he
This is my
thought he
new
was,
favorite
he's not
pastime.
I'm gonna kick everyone off this call and finish the video by myself if you keep being such cunts.
Marcus, you just paused it again.
the person who is.
Yeah, you just paused it.
Turns out
Shut
he
up.
did do a terrible thing, and now we're gonna find out about the cost of that. I still like that we got to see Peter Quill at the end. Working.
Do you? Why?
What?
Why would you like it?
I liked it.
Shut up, Jeb.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm gonna hurt myself tonight just thinking about this video.
Can you recall
I hurt
Sure.
myself today because I
Thinking
watched Full
about
Fat's video.
Fat videos. I focus on the pain.
Working like a Burger King, or is it a Dairy Queen, something like that. I think it's interesting to see where that storyline is going to go. It seems like it's going to get picked up in a later What If episode. It would be cool if T'Challa Star-Lord faced like an all-powerful, celestial, empowered Peter Quill who embraces his dark destiny alongside
Okay, let me
his
tell you
father.
why that wouldn't happen. Because according to Volume 2, Ego shouldn't find Peter Quill, so the premise of that episode would be broken.
Yeah. Well, I guess it'd be going off a broken premise from this episode, so I guess it wouldn't be an issue with the newer episode. It would be just highlighting the issue with the episode we already had.
That is true. So,
I mean, the issue
wouldn't
is it makes
happen.
no sense that T'Challa would be able to do anything against a fully powered celestial Peter Quill. So
Yeah, that'd be a pretty lame episode.
yeah, Peter
It
Quill
wouldn't
just
really
like,
do
yo,
anything.
you're dead. Okay, goodbye.
You would lose pretty instantly.
Yeah.
Man, I could think of a
Why
shit ton
would
of
you
better
show-
what if
Don't show
scenarios.
this scene. Don't show the scene.
Why-
This scene does not deserve to be in the
No,
same
and why is
vicinity
he
as
showing the
What
clip?
If.
It makes no sense to use this.
I
Full
don't
Fat,
know,
please
but
learn
this scene
how
does
to
not
edit
deserve
like
to
a
be
normal
talked about.
human being, you fucking faggot. Jesus.
Yes, please learn how
This
to edit
scene-
like a normal human being.
Bean,
This
yes.
scene is the peak of the MCU. It does not deserve to be talked about in the same vicinity as What If.
Yeah.
My Walkman.
No, no. Okay.
No!
Rude.
I just didn't want him
That's
to
needle
cut it
drop
because it's
in
yeah.
the whole MCU,
Yeah, I love that moment so much.
possibly of all time.
Fucking
Possibly
Fleetwood
of all
Mac.
time.
It was- so good, so fucking good. A Guardian's shoes, yeah.
Oh my god,
That would be a that'd be a
that,
cool
it is
showdown.
the best needle drop of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, not about, I wouldn't say of all time, but yeah, it's a great noodle drop, yeah.
Same
No,
time,
it's of all time.
Sure.
He made a giant Pac-Man, which means it's of all time.
That is true, yeah.
Exactly.
There we go, yeah.
I do find it quite funny how people have an issue with Star-Lord being able to beat Ego in that moment, even though he doesn't
Oh
actually
my
beat him.
god, what the fuck?
You okay?
Who has an issue with that?
A lot of people. Most people think that Guardian's shoe that is an issue. The fact that he can just fight against Ego like toe to toe, which isn't really exactly how it goes, but whatever. And like, there's a lot of context
I
behind
mean-
that does support why he'd be able to.
Because Ego doesn't want to kill Peter, not instantly, at least,
Well,
right?
yeah, he wants to capture him, but I have hold on.
Not just that, but he was learning how to use the planet as an extension of himself the entire movie.
Hold
It's
on,
like,
let me get
yeah.
because I have an argument that I had. Basically, someone asked me on Twitter about it, and I basically explained to them why it works, and the person like conceded immediately. Jesus Christ.
Basically, shut up. It just works. Todd Howard.
Yes, that is exactly what I said. That is in character for me, to be honest. Fucking, it's hard to find. I'm gonna
That's
try
what
to
she
find what I
said.
said. What? Okay, Jeff. Why does Jeb turn into a fucking asthmatic cunt when he starts laughing?
Asthmatic.
No idea.
You're
called
diabetic, mate. You're diabetic. I'll give you a bit of chocolate and you're dead.
I'm literally eating chocolate right now, so fuck you.
Well, glad you're doing suicide. I'll celebrate.
Okay. So
Fucking
anyway.
Easter shit for you, innit? Johnny cry.
Hey, I found it. Okay, let me show. Shut the fuck up, CV. I mean, I like the song, but shut the fuck up. Let
Song Marcus.
Oh,
oh,
oh
what?
my. Okay.
Name the song. It's "The Chain" by Fleetwood Mac. Everyone knows the song.
Wrong.
Okay. So anyway,
Only
what I said
problem
is
I actually had with Guardians 2, I think I can make a really strong argument for how it's not an issue.
yeah, and then Lord Lack says, "What about the fact that Peter Quill was able to use his magic god powers immediately to fight his father, despite him mentioning that he would only be able to use those powers after years of training?" I said first he already had some knowledge of how to control the energy and everything. Secondly, he was shown by his father the power he could hold or whatever. When Peter has the eyes as if they're space, and he says he sees everything. Then we have the fact that Ego was self-taught how to control his powers, and he always assumed he needed to focus to do so, while Yondu tells Peter to do it with his heart, not his mind. And lastly, we have the fact that Ego was really tired by that point in the fight, which, yeah, he was fucking beat up as hell by that point. So I think it's really fine the way that fight goes. But I know a lot of people take issue with it, so yeah. That is my defense, publicly stated in ECUM. You're welcome. I think this is going to be really funny when Fran does the timestamps for this stream, because it's going to be interesting. Just Marcus yells again. So, yeah.
I think Peter Quill does kind of hang over the episode like a bit of a bad smell.
Obviously, he does. It's the broken premise. You're going.
Once you understand that they could have kidnapped him,
2 minutes left.
and they just decided not to, it's like, what? Well, what's going on?
Why did you? The fuck was that edit? There's like a kid in 2010 messing around with fucking iMovie would have done that. Jesus.
Yeah, like you'd know from personal experience.
I never used iMovie. I don't have Apple. Whatever.
Over there, then. I feel like the episode really.
Chab, shut up.
Have T'Challa Star-Lord and not worry too much about it, but it's hard when, again, they go into descriptive detail about all these little deviations, but then there's like one or two massive things that never adds up in these alternate realities. I suppose you just shouldn't think about it too much and just try to enjoy yourself.
No.
Full fat.
You're a faggot, full fat.
Yes. See,
this is. Say it to a rape victim. See how that.
Currently seething. Currently seething.
It's just. Full fat is.
I am not
that
okay.
argument was so dumb that you got Jeb out of his "let's troll Marcus" persona to actually insult you. That's how bad the argument was.
Like, say it to a rape victim, just like, oh, just enjoy it.
You shouldn't think about it too much. Just
It
enjoy
is
it.
on a fucking roll today with these fucking dark jokes. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah,
So-
it's just today. Jeb usually isn't like that. No, sir.
No, this is one off.
So yeah, the fact that you should just enjoy it is not okay. That is toxic positivity, and that is not good.
Yes, that's just fucking retarded. It's like, yay, pretend it's what you wanted and see how you feel. No, fuck you.
Oh yeah, who said that?
Cinema wins.
Cinnamons.
About the
Oh,
rise of
that's right.
about Palpatine
Oh, yeah.
being alive in
That's
the rise
right.
of Skywalker. That was a
These
video.
I remember that.
These people are
Yeah.
perfect for abusive relationship.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's pretty dark. So anyway,
There's any problems with both Captain Carter and this episode is that they're over way too quickly.
no. The problem
No,
is
they take way too long to get over with.
Oh,
Yeah.
what does this button do?
What?
Jeff just
Does
pressing a
seem
button
like
to
one.
unleash a nuke by accident. It's like, yo, this button. What's going on?
Oh, subtitles.
Too much and just try to enjoy yourself. If there's any problems with both Captain Carter and this episode, is that they're over way too quickly. It does seem like.
I mean,
a lot
I
of these
guess I
characters are
understand what
going
you're
to
saying
come
with
back.
like the pacing, but
Yeah, I do think every
the
episode
first-
feels rushed, including the Doctor
Yeah.
Strange.
it's weird because like the first episode is so quick, but it's like it takes forever. Like it just feels like an eternity.
It's because they don't spend enough time on like anything that they should, so it feels like it's super quick. But it also just it's trying to do so much that it also takes a long ass time. So yeah, basically the pacing is pure garbage.
Yeah.
I'd say Shang-Chi's probably better paced than episode 1, but worse paced than episode 2 of What If.
Back to the final half of What If, so it remains to be seen how much more screen time there is for them.
Why? Why would you show? Why are you using this clip? It's so useless. Jesus Christ, Shandy, how many planes are there? God damn.
That's not a plane. That's a lawnmower.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Some powerful lawnmower.
The Collector was a great villain for what it was.
No.
No.
He was awful.
I hated him so much.
He was your stereotypical homosexual that you should stone.
Yeah, sure.
What?
I don't know. I'm gonna ignore Jeb. So, fucking Collector, he was like super overpowered, even though that's like never been established him to be in like the Thor Dark World post-credit scene or Guardians 1. That's just never the case. I mean, he was kind of pathetic when you see him in Infinity War as well. It's really strange. I don't understand why he's just super overpowered now and he just knows how to fight super well. It's super strange. And like the way he just wants to collect Black Panther the way he does is also really weird.
Racist.
Because-
Oh, never mind.
That too. He's just like super forward about it, right?
Cool.
But when we have in Guardians 1, when he sees Groot, he's like, yo, you'd be a great addition to my collection or some shit. It's like he's just suggesting it and, you know, being kind of like, oh, that's weird. He's not actively trying to steal Groot to be part of his collection. It's this episode is really strange. I don't like it. I don't know if you realize that I don't like this episode. Yeah, I probably haven't made that clear for the past 3 hours and a half.
I mean, I got
Yeah,
basically every piece of emotional attachment I had to this episode last stream, so I don't think I need to do it again.
The Collector is ready for you.
The Collector was a great villain for what it was.
Collector's a
even if he
fucking
sounded-
faggot, who cares?
Wait, is that Mjolnir right next to the...
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
looks like it.
Mjolnir,
How?
really?
Wait, how? Wait,
Because like
no.
we
No,
know
why?
the Captain America shield makes no sense, but really Mjolnir?
He pimp slapped.
Yeah, how did the shield get there at all?
This is fucking, who knows? But
I'll see how fast this shit.
But yeah, but like Mjolnir, he wouldn't be able to hold Mjolnir. How would he? What? That makes no sense.
How?
I
He
don't
grabbed
understand.
Thor, who was grabbing me on there, and then he put Thor in the casing and moved his hand.
Sure, Jeff.
Yep, that works.
Did nothing like Benicio del Toro. Wait, that was Benicio del Toro? That did not sound like the Collector at all.
Yes, the voice
Oh, yeah.
acting is terrible, which I think is a problem with the direction because like they shouldn't sound as bad as they do. It's really weird how terrible they sound.
Anyway,
maybe these
this
guys
is
are
kind
just
of
not voice
divergent path
actors.
for a villain that makes
Well, but even then, if you have good directors, they should be fine.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
No, not quite. Voice acting is a talent on its own. You can't just
Oh no,
naturally.
I know that I know that 100%, but it's like the kind of thing where I definitely think these actors should be good enough. Like Benicio del Toro, especially Mark Ruffalo, I think they should be able to emote just through their voice, especially when Mark Ruffalo has been like voicing Hulk for a long time, which is like he doesn't really have just like it's not really him, he's just voicing the character. And a lot of stuff that in superhero films they need to voice after the fact, where it's like action scenes and everything you don't really record it at the moment. For example, that scene where Logan is running at the end of Logan in the third act, where he's running and he's grunting and everything. The audio was recorded 100%. All of it was after the fact, and like it still sounds really good because, Hugh Jackman is great, and the direction from James Mangold is pretty good. So it's like, I think if the direction was better, the voice actors would sound better. Like I think Benedict Cumberbatch is pretty good in episode 4 for the most part. Not fantastic, but it's pretty good. So I don't know.
Clark Gregg's actually pretty good.
I mean, yeah. He's done voice acting before, but yeah, he's good. Other than his character being retarded. Fucking, I hate everything about Coulson in episode 3. But yeah, he is good.
Sense, a charlatan scaredy cat in front of Thanos, but an arrogant kingpin when he has all the power. Plus
Which he
seeing him
shouldn't.
try on hats is fun.
Oh yeah, he has the hella fucking helmet somehow. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, he does.
See, he sounds like a faggot.
So that was the second episode of
He
Marvel's
does.
What If. Overall, definite improvement over last week's shallow effort.
It is an improvement. I don't know if I say definitely an improvement. It's a slight, minuscule improvement. Just pacing wise, both of the episodes are fucking garbage. Well, every episode is fucking garbage other than episode 4. It's pretty insane how consistently terrible every episode is.
I don't think episode 3 is consistent with how terrible it is with the rest of the episodes. I think episode 3 is remarkably better than the first two, but still bad.
No. No, I'm sorry.
Yes.
It is fucking terrible. It is really.
The only thing that I would
insanely
really
bad.
agree with being bad is the Hank Pym stuff, but that only happens in like the last 5 minutes of the episode.
Which ruins the entire episode. Not to mention that before that, the episode wasn't free of being retarded.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it's a good episode. I'm just saying it's not as bad as the first two.
I'd
That's the point I'm trying to
say
make.
it's slightly better than the first two. I wouldn't say is like definitely an improvement.
Like the first two are 2s, but this one's like a solid 3.
I put every episode at a 2 other than episode 4, which is like a 7.
Put every episode at.
Agree to disagree.
Shit.
Yes.
I put everything at a 10.
Okay, Jeff. What I'm getting out of this stream is that I should only watch episode 4. Definitely. It's like actually good, and the rest is
No,
like,
what's...
you know,
Who said that? Who said it?
Kronos, setting chat.
Kronos, watch them all. Enjoy yourself. Get some popcorn. You'll like it.
Yeah, Kronos.
It's the kind of
watch all
TV
of
show
them.
that makes you enjoy
Especially-
your popcorn.
It's
Kronos
Breaking
is
Bad
good,
level.
you know.
Make sure to watch episode 5 twice, and try to get through episode 3 4 times. That's the best way to watch it. Episode 4 you can skip. That's the worst one. The first two.
CV, let's please shut the
maybe
fuck
twice.
up. Shut up.
This is Breaking
I'm
Bad
Kronos.
levels.
Guys,
TV.
we're
Please.
1 minute away from the end of this video.
I'm
That's-
giving Kronos TV recommendations.
Shut up.
Kronos, listen to me.
Shut the
Listen
fuck
to me,
up.
Kronos.
Could be going.
Full fat is talking.
This short adventure reinforces all the best things about Bozeman's.
Oh yes.
Okay,
you should definitely
CV,
listen.
continue.
No.
Okay, so
No.
I'm
Uh,
This short adventure reinforces all the best things about Bozeman's portrayal as the King of Wakanda, whilst also giving him a chance to flex his chops and have fun with something different.
I
the-
don't know.
His
He
voice
sounds like the
acting-
cat's already got him at this point.
Oh,
sake.
that's like-
The voice acting was pretty normal. I'd say he probably was the best of the main ones in terms of voice acting this episode. But I don't like you said it's showing the best of T'Challa as a character in the MCU. But it's like I disagree heavily. Like Shandy said, he's pretty fucking ruined in this episode.
what is the best T'Challa has been? Where was the best? he's
Civil
been?
War, and it's not
Civil
even a
War.
competition.
Yeah, it's Civil War easily. Jeb, I don't know if you read this in
Yeah.
chat. How is episode 4 good with the premise directly contradicting what happens in Doctor Strange? Wouldn't this break the entire episode? Now, Jeb, would you like to explain the absolute point in time?
If they're referring to that, sure. Basically, in Endgame, when they try back and create a branch, they go back physically, which means you have the original timeline, and then when they make a change, they enter the branch. Now, for the branch to exist, you need the original version of you. Without it, there's no branch. You carve the trunk. in episode 4, you travel through conscious, which means you are effectively reverting the trunk and trying to change it. And if you tried to change it, you would have never tried to revert it. Thus paradox. Thus absolute point in time.
Right, yeah. And I imagine he means in terms of like Christine as well, being there makes no, like Christine having to die makes no sense when it's like it's for this universe that different thing happened, so you need to change it. So that she, I guess she never accepted it, or just change that moment where you can just save her. To change the absolute point in time, but then it create a paradox, so you can't change it. Basically, Christine needs to die anyway, and if she doesn't die, then it creates a paradox because that version of Doctor Strange, he experienced her dying, so it is a different timeline, and that event has already happened, so he can't create a paradox. And if he does,
actually, if you notice the end of the episode, time kind of breaks
a bit
because he brings back Christine.
Yeah, he kind of just destroys his universe, pretty much.
Yeah,
so,
that's kind of what would happen.
It's asking Chad, Civil War the only good Black Panther? How was Infinity War? He was
Infinity
bad in
War.
Infinity
He's not
War.
even a character.
Yeah, all he does is be stupid, but he is good in Civil War. The Black Panther is actually really good in Civil War. He's like pretty much the only character I call like good, without like an
him and
asterisk.
Peter.
Death is not the end. It's
Yeah,
more like a
I guess
stepping off point.
Yeah, I'd say Peter and T'Challa are probably the only ones that are like pretty much left unscathed by that film.
Ant-Man.
Well, all the other
fuck
characters
you.
are good. Civil War is like a 9 out of 10, right?
Yeah, it's like a 19 out of
No.
10. It's like a fucking
No,
35 out of
I'm not
20.
even going to mean that movie's not.
I thought Civil War was good though.
You're wrong.
How?
No, it's so good. It's got the boom boom bang bang stuff.
It does.
Chicka chicka choo.
It has-
Wow, never got
Is
to
Hawkeye
choo
good
choo
at
choo
Civil War?
to
Yeah,
have
Hawkeye's
you.
good at Civil War, I'd say.
No.
No.
Why would he just?
What does he...
I think him coming out of retirement and just joining Cap's side is like super weird for his character.
Well, he's doing it for Wonder, isn't he?
Yeah, out of a debt of gratitude, but that's not even my issue with him. I can't even remember what issue I had with Hawkeye.
Okay,
If it's
so
just a
I've
debt of
got to
gratitude,
explain-
then I'm okay with it.
So they've
Oh,
gone,
Jeff, we have another.
how can absolute points
Yeah.
of time coexist more fast? It's not contrived. It's not. I get why you're confused because MCU is terrible. So you have branch timelines, which is the multiverse, but to have that, you need to have two versions of you coexisting. So you need the original timeline you. So then that version of you ends up going back in time, but you also need a branch you to exist. So
Which
you
this
need two.
episode does have, though.
Yes. So you need two versions of you, and you need that original timeline to sustain the other one. In this, he travels through conscious, so there's only one version, the original. Therefore, any changes made changes the trunk. Thus, paradox.
Basically, in one, you're traveling through time, and then in the other one, and that's why two versions of you can exist. The other one, you're more so like reversing time in a way, because like if you go back to that point and you change something, then the trunk changes, the main trunk. And so, what the Ancient One does is that she splits that timeline into two. One where Stephen goes on to try and save Christine, and one where he doesn't. That's the branch.
Yes. To ensure that there is a chance. It's a lot of people got confused at first, and then I was like, no, you need two physical bodies to have a branch timeline. It's impossible without it. There's only one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I need breakfast.
Okay.
Basically, what the Ancient One does is like she does what would have happened if the Strange that went on to try to save Christine went back and tried to not save Christine. I guess, in a way.
Yeah,
That's kinda
that's
what
when
she
the
does.
snap happens.
Yeah. So yeah. So far the mechanics work. It's just people get confused, which I honestly get considering the MCU is better explaining how its rules work. But yeah, episode 4 is pretty
It's actually
consistent.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Those mechanics are pretty good. I like him.
It was of the intent to make this Chadwick's final stint as T'Challa, but it works surprisingly well as a modest swan song.
I'd say it's an insult to his character and another character that shares a universe with him, just an insult to Star-Lord and pretty much every other character involved in this episode, but whatever, if you say so.
No doubt expect the most affecting tributes will unfold in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which is set for release next year. Whether you're experiencing the character in live action or on screen, there is no doubt the late actor's legacy will be felt by many for a long time to come, and the body of work he has forged across his
I'm just going to pause it because the comment we got. I wish it was clearly explained in the episode and you clearly care about it. So it's not explicitly explained, but you can. It is very implicit. They do show a key distinction and follow Doctor Strange rules. So this isn't me like headcanoning this. This is what you can visually see. So they do explain it in that way.
Yeah, you don't
It's
need
still a
to like
visual
explicitly
thing.
explain something like that because
Assume.
yeah, as long as it's consistent and you can actually make out the rules, which sometimes people can't. But if the clues are there, then it's fine. It's fair inferences. That's how it works.
It's like you don't have to like
doing
explain
detective
every
work and
single
more
thing.
people should be doing it.
Yeah, there's a difference between like writing for the thingy and inferring something that it makes sense within the story and it's established that you be like a proper like an inference that is fair. So yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, like you don't have to explain every little detail.
Yeah,
that's what people say against this type of criticism. Oh, then movies would be boring. They'd have to explain everything.
Yeah,
No,
they'd
you
have to
can
be
assume
40
stuff,
hours long.
as long as it's as long as there's decent foreshadowing, I guess, or decent groundwork, you can assume stuff as long as it makes sense, and it's not like you're not jumping to conclusions.
Yes.
Career stands as testimony to that.
Okay, is this the end of the video? Is it fucking okay?
Oh yeah, that's what he does in Infinity War. That's his character.
That is his character. He says yes.
Can we watch another?
Jeb, I'm never going to speak to you again.
No.
Okay, so
don't ruin Doc Ock, a Spider-Man No Way Home theory.
The lights on. Until next time,
We'll do it there.
Keep it full fat.
All right, keep it full. Okay, that's great. Anyway, yeah, that was the video. Yeah, not good. Angered me a bit. I don't know if you guys
I thought it was
noticed
amazing.
CV, I'm blocking you after this stream.
Let's go.
But yeah, that's so. Point is, what if episode 2? Not that great. Not gonna lie, but
I think I dislike it more now after the stream.
I definitely do.
I
Yeah.
like.
And it was
like
already
it,
the
yeah.
episode I hated the most. So anyway,
I like it a lot more.
Okay.
Fuck off. But yeah. Anyway, thanks people for joining us today. Thanks for all the super chats. Very much appreciated.
Always in a doghouse.
CV and Shandy, thanks for joining us. Always fun to talk to you.
Problem.
Yeah. You guys talk a lot more than Tin and Zod ever did, so that's fun.
That is fun.
Tin, you can tell me to fuck off just simply for telling the truth. But
Well, just because it's true doesn't mean it's right or something.
I like the full fat video more straight
Okay.
because full fat has a beard and T'Challa doesn't have a proper beard.
What?
I have no idea what you just said.
I agree with that. Full Fat's beard makes this video
Anyways.
better than the episode of What If. So anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for
Yes.
joining us. Channels for CV and Shandy are in the description if you guys want to check them out. CV does stuff, and Shandy is working on still working on part 2 of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I am working on part 2. I've taken the last week or 2 off just to have a bit of a break, play some games and watch some movies with my friends. But I'll get back to it soon enough.
Yeah, and CV,
Yeah.
what is the stuff you make?
Well, I've actually haven't made anything for a while. And
Jeb,
why
fuck
is-
off.
What? What? I'm so confused. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I have some videos planned that I'll probably get to in a little bit because I have some stuff going on right now. But once it's over with, I'll get into it. I probably have a Fantastic Beast video plan and then some other stuff later on. So yeah, that's probably gonna happen.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining us, and thanks everyone in chat for being here. And Full Fat is a dumb head, and What If is shit. we'll catch y'all next time.
Before we go,
Goodbye,
I just want to say, Strike, stop killing me.
But you were decapitated by a controller thrown by Fran.
I know he killed me with a fucking GameCube controller this time. It's like, but
Exactly.
why? What have I even done to you? You're hitting me with cars. You're decapitating me with GameCube controllers. Like, what did I do?
You exist, Shandy. You're a squirrel. You deserve everything that's coming your
But
way.
like, I'm
Goodbye,
nice.
ECUM.
Are you really?
Goodbye,
You deserve
ECUM.
everything coming your way.
I'm a mix. Okay, I'm a
Goodbye.
mix.
Bye.
Okay.
As always,
Au revoir.
stay thoughtful.